World Series will come to a close in Anaheim, and these Giants fans are making some noise for the final time in 2002 Game 5 with this series even at 2 apiece. The Giants take the field, and it will be Jason Schmidt right in the heart of it all, ready to take on this Anaheim Angels lineup. Just as a reminder, coming into this World Series, something we talked about, the first World Series since 1989 for the Giants, since ever in 42 seasons for Anaheim, an expansion franchise in 1961. The last World Series title for the Giants, it came in New York in 1954 when there was a 4-game sweep of Cleveland. And active players with World Series experience coming in, only 5 for the Giants, none for the Anaheim Angels. Jason Schmidt ready to go. The winner of Game 5 in a series tied 2-2 has won 26 of the 39 World Series. That's on the line tonight as Schmidt gets ready. Here's the lineup for Anaheim. David Eckstein will lead it off. Darren Erstad bats second. Tim Salmon hits third in right field. Then in the middle, Garrett Anderson, Troy Glaus, and Scott Spezio, the first baseman. Adam Kennedy back in the starting lineup for Anaheim with Benji Molina, the catcher, and Jared Washburn, a career 5 out of 14 hitter, pitching and batting ninth. Here's Schmidt. Last couple times out in the postseason, Tim, he has been dominating.
Dominating against the Cardinals, and he pitched very well in Game 1 against the Angels. Fastball early in the count. That's where Benito Santiago has helped him this year, also early in the game. A vastly improved changeup that acts like a splitter. Wild high with the fastball early can be a problem, so we'll keep an eye on that.
As always, the broadcast is also available in Spanish by utilizing the SAP button on your television. And Eckstein is ready to go. We talked about the control problems, which at times can jump up and bite Jason Schmidt. That hasn't been a factor his last 2 postseason games. He walked only 1 in Game 1 of the World Series and only 1 in Game 2 of the NLCS when he worked 7 2/3 innings and allowed 1 run on 4 hits.
Nor was it a problem in his last 10 starts of the season. He won 7 of those 10.
All right, have you heard enough stats?
Yes.
Let's go. Let's play ball. First pitch, Game 5. Hello, strike 1. Eckstein, Erstad, and Salmon. Crowd is all juiced up in San Francisco, and so is that fastball, 96 miles per hour from Schmidt, and Eckstein got a whiff of it.
Get off my plate, says Jason Schmidt. One ball, 2 strikes. You don't see this too often. Eckstein swinging through a pitch. He missed that 3 or 4 inches.
The numbers from the start in Game 1 for Schmidt. And there's Eckstein up to get a piece of that 97 mile per hour pitch. You would think that we will see more of the same that we saw in Game 1 with this matchup, Schmidt and Washburn. The starting pitching in this World Series has been poor on each side. The exceptions have been these 2. A little floater into center field, a 1-2 pitch, and Eckstein is on with a leadoff hit.
You can give in to a hitter in different ways. After 4 fastballs, a little slider to Eckstein. Santiago wanted it away, and Eckstein won the waiting battle.
A little swing by Eckstein, who's choked up on the bat, 2 strikes.
Little punch shot.
A good sign for the Angels as the leadoff man is on, and Darren Erstad steps in. Had his 12-game postseason hitting streak snapped last night. The 4-3 win for San Francisco, and the Anaheim Angels, who got a run in the second, a run in the third, sent the minimum to the plate the rest of the night. Good work between Reeder, Felix Rodriguez, Tim Worrell, and and Rob Nett. Check swing, and that'll get out of play. Strike one. Lackey was the starter for Anaheim. He lasted 5 innings, allowed 3 runs on 9 hits. And there's a chance that he may be called upon to come back on short rest in Game 7 if this series goes that far. Ramon Ortiz, 29-year-old right-hander, has tendonitis in his right wrist. Eckstein has drawn 2 throws. He has stolen 1 base in this postseason.
Eckstein a threat to steal. We've said it many times. Speed slows down the game.
To the right side. Not hard hit. And another 1 out. A force out 4-6. And the lead man, Eckstein, cut down on this play.
A good spin move by Jeff Kent. Throw it to the outside of the bag, and they just missed turning it. Nice play by Aurelia reaching in, but the throw too late to get the speedy Erstedt.
Aurelia able to hang in there, reaching across his body for that throw with Eckstein bearing down on him. Now Erstedt on with 1 out. And here's Tim Salmon. Salmon has had a terrific World Series, and the bulk of his damage was done in Game 2. On the outside part, strike 1, 95 from Schmidt. 6 hits, 16 trips. 4 hits plus a walk in Game 2, including a couple of home runs, the game winner in the 8th inning off Felix Rodriguez. You cannot hit Jason Schmidt up there. It's 0-2.
Nope. You're either going to swing through it, pop it up, foul it off. This is a 4-seam fastball. Blazer.
Still 0-2.
You may have noticed the home plate umpire on that pitch. Santiago moved inside. He set up early. Home plate umpire Mike Riley moved inside. A lot of times an umpire will follow a catcher, moving to the slot.
And a lot of that's for self-preservation.
Let the guy with the glove handle it.
Another 0-2 pitch to Salmon. Schmidt has stayed upstairs, and this time Salmon able to stay away from swinging at it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You get a shot of Erstedt over at first base. And he was a college football player, but a punter, who aren't typically known as intense players. When you watch Erstedt take his lead, the face he gives and that intense look, really bearing down, trying to figure out Schmidt and get a jump if you can.
He's the most intense ex-college punter I've ever seen.
Easily. Draws a throw.
Same colors at Nebraska.
2 sports stars, Kenny Lofton, 6th man on the Arizona '88 Final Four basketball team. And kicker punter was Darren Erstedt on Nebraska's 1994 NCAA football championship team. The 2-2 pitch. Salmon with 1 out. Fouls it back here. The Angels come in hitting .340 in the World Series and hitting .390 against San Francisco starters. Last night it was Reeder. The Angels knocked out Livan Hernandez in Game 3 before he could get through 4 innings. And Russ Ortiz didn't get through 2 innings in Game 2. Two outs.
This is a circle change. You can see that ring finger right there. When that change up to get Salmon. The tighter the grip, the slower the pitch.
Now it's 1-on-2 out for Garrett Anderson, who has 6 hits in this World Series and 19 at bats. That's outside. Anderson chipped in last night, not only with his 2 hits and 1 run scoring, but with a play that he made down the left field line on a ball hit by David Bell in the 6th inning to tie game. Mike Scioscia believes that Anderson, even though he's overlooked, is a Gold Glove caliber left fielder.
Comparing him this afternoon with a young Barry Bonds when Barry played with Pittsburgh.
A 1-0. And really it doesn't have a lot to do with the arm strength, but it's taking an angle to a ball. It's getting to a ball quickly, getting in a position to throw, which gives either Anderson a shot to throw a guy out or will stop a base runner after seeing the left fielder get to the ball so quickly. Anderson up to get it, and a base hit into left center field. Erstad will hold with the play in front of him. 2-on-2 out.
With the play in front of him and 2 outs. The outs dictate how you run the bases. This is Garrett Anderson yesterday on a ball hit by David Bell. Fielded in foul territory. You saw what a left-hander has to do, and yes, he got it.
Now Anderson gets a hit, the second of this first inning for the Angels, and a scoring chance as Troy Gloss stands in.
How about that last fastball from Jason Schmidt? That thing was eye high. Garrett Anderson just got up on the first rung of the ladder and smoked it.
Gloss took Schmidt deep twice in Game 1 in that 4-3 San Francisco win.
Army Joe, one a slider, the other an inside fastball.
Strike 1. Good speed on for Anaheim with Erstad the lead runner at second. Seven home runs this postseason for Gloss. 96, strike 2.
A lot of young pitchers are reluctant to pitch power hitters inside, but you have to tie them up. Santiago sitting inside, and that pitch tailing, knocking Gloss down. That's all part of pitching.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2-on-2 out. First inning, Game 5 with the series even at 2 apiece.
Saw Santiago waving that index finger. That means he'll go through the signs again. After knocking Gloss down, I would imagine they'll go away. Nope.
Still a ball and 2 strikes. So Schmidt and Santiago went away from the oldest formula in baseball.
Yep.
Up and in, down and away. And we'll see if the Giants stay inside or go away from Troy Gloss here with 2 strikes. Away, but it missed, and it's 2-2.
Alfredo Griffin reminding Garrett Anderson to make sure he looks at Erstad.
If they ride smoother, if they handle more nimbly, if they fold easier, if they look like nothing you've ever seen before, that's because they all come from Ford. We make the best-selling line of SUVs in America.
Honey, would you relax? The market always comes back.
Yeah, but it's our safety net. You don't screw around with that. You can't...
Wait a minute. Do you think that this is easy for me? Do you know the pressure I'm under? Do you know how much college is going to cost by the time...
Honey, that's my point. What if something happens to you? You know? Where would that leave me and the kids? You ever think about that?
On November 1st, the #1 movie of the year comes home on a 2-disc special edition DVD and video.
You're changing. I know. I went through exactly the same thing at your age. Not exactly.
This superhero has a new spin. With Spider-rific DVD extras, including the Spider-Man archives, filmmakers' commentary, and much more.
Do I get to say thank you this time?
Spider-Man. Get tangled in the #1 movie of the year. Buy it Friday, November 1st on DVD and video.
Fox Tuesday.
Mr. President, I'm going to have to go ahead and deal with this.
Swamp City.
You need to get out of Los Angeles now.
Millions of lives will depend on the courage of one man. The season's most addictive, adrenaline-fueled thriller is set to explode. Kiefer Sutherland, 24, the season premiere, presented without commercial interruption by Ford. 9/8 Central, Fox Tuesday.
Look at that shot from up above here in San Francisco and down below in Pac Bell Park. He's 28. He's left-handed, and he's taking on the Giants. Kenny Lofton will lead it off. Rich Aurelia, then Jeff Kent. Barry Bonds, Benito Santiago, and Reggie Sanders in the middle, with J.T. Snow, David Bell, and Jason Schmidt pitching and batting ninth.
Jared Washburn, 1-1. He was the starter against Jason Schmidt in Game 1 of the World Series. Also started against the Yankees in Game 1 of the Divisional Series.
Lofton, a big night last night for San Francisco, had 3 hits and a run scored. Makes ball 1. Coming into last night's game, Lofton was 1 for 12. As he stands in 4 out of 16, the number is a little better. Ball 2. An 18-game winner during the regular season was Jared Washburn. That's into right field and foul. 2-1. Heel of the glove, Tim.
Yep.
Got to make that play. Base hit left field. Lofton on to start the night for the Giants. Kenny Lofton on, a guard on Arizona's basketball team, which reached the Final Four in 1988. Lofton had 200 career steals and was a teammate of Sean Elliott and Steve Kerr. He did not play baseball until his junior year. And Kenny is on. Here in the bottom of the first inning, one of two athletes to appear in the NCAA Final Four and the World Series. Tim Stoddard the other.
To the surprise of many, Rich Aurelia has sacrificed in the first inning. He's done it 2 games in the postseason. Against a left-hander, I don't think that's a good idea.
He does show it and takes a ball. The other argument would be with Schmidt pitching, with the ability to shut a team down, and if not shut them out, slow them down. Getting an early lead and getting a run on the board might be beneficial. Just showing bunt on the first pitch. We'll see if the Giants stay with it. Change it up. The 1-0 delivery. The change, and Aurelia flies one into right center field. Long run. Erstad makes the catch, and Lofton is all the way around the second base bag. A race back, and he's there with 1 out.
Lofton had the better view. And he rounds the bag at second base. Right there, now the view, he decides that's going to be in there. Oops, turns on the brakes, has to touch the bag coming back, and the throw toward the second base side, and Kenny's safe. Ball had too much hang time. Nice base running by Lofton.
It's another result of those wind currents you've talked about, the ball holding up out in right center field, and instead of getting down, it hung up, and Erstad made a good play.
Yeah, that's why it's good to be a fly ball pitcher in this ballpark.
Jeff Kent now. Runner at first with 1 out, no score, bottom of the first. Strike 1 from Washburn. Vote now using PCS Vision from Sprint, or log on to foxsports.com with our Sprint virtual manager question. How should the Angels pitch Bonds tonight? Walk him, challenge him, or work carefully to him? 1 on, 1 out, in for a strike, and obviously that question leads everybody to think about the situation.
Sure.
The situation dictates how Mike Scioscia and the Angels will pitch to Bonds last night, intentionally walking Bonds in his first 3 plate appearances because they could. 1 on, 1 out. Ball 1 to Kent. Kent, a frustrating night last night, especially at the start. At first and third, nobody out in the first inning and struck out. At second and third, nobody out and lined out. But then did chip in with a sac fly to right in the 5th. The inning in which the Giants got 3 to tie the Angels. Two and 2.
Interesting way of holding Lofton on. Getting off the base. The New York Mets, Bobby Valentine, that is the way he preferred his first baseman to hold runners on. Kenny kind of trying to peek around the right side of Spezio.
Just missed from 0-2 to 3-2. Gets away. The runners at first and second. Bonds coming up. And I think, Tim, the Angels are in a spot where they have to pitch to Bonds. the answer to the question, challenge him, and in this spot, with 1 out in the inning, and the runners at first and second, I think they will at least pitch carefully, but come after Barry Bonds here in the first.
Well, a couple of things. Why wasn't Kenny Lofton running on that 3-2 count? Probably if Kent struck out, they wanted Lofton at first base. But if you can walk Bonds first and third with 1 out, as the Angels did twice last night, why can't you walk him first and second with 1 out?
A little high, but a called strike, and Bonds reacts. First at bat, game 1 against Jared Washburn. And an oh my home run from Barry Bonds to right. Runners at first and second, 1 out, no balls, 1 strike on Bonds. I think the difference is the lead runner was already at third.
Right, so you could score a cheap run.
As opposed to here, you're forcing the runner over to third and giving Santiago the easier RBI chance. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The Angel infield defense is different tonight. With nobody on, or a runner on at first base only, Troy Gloss would be at the shortstop position. The 3 infielders on the right side. So instead of having the left field area open, the shortstop area is open for Bonds.
2 balls and a strike.
The reason Gloss has to man his position is just in case Kenny Lofton runs. But he's not likely to run right here with Bonds up.
Washburn gave up that game 1 home run to Bonds. It was a solo shot, and Washburn gave a shrug after that and a little smile. Different situation here as Bonds ripped pointing to right, and the Giants take the lead. Lofton will score. Kent will be held at third. RBI double, 1-0 Giants.
Jared Washburn changes speeds on his fastball by gripping the ball just a little bit tighter. He throws from 85 to 93. This was closer to 85 than 93. And that's why Bonds able to pull it in the corner, and Lofton scores easily, with Kent going to third in the same fashion.
Four hops and off the wall in right. And Barry Bonds gets an early chance. The reaction from Washburn. Now it's second and third, 1 out, and Santiago into left field. Kent will tag. The throw from Anderson. 2-0 Giants.
Santiago. Think about this inning. Not only was it important whether to pitch or walk Barry Bonds, it turned out maybe a walk would have been more prudent, but the walk to Jeff Kent really set up this 2-run inning.
I was thinking the same thing as you watch Kent score rather easily on the throw by Anderson. You can say what you want about Bonds hitting the RBI double, but what set it up, as Sanders will draw a walk here to put 2 on with 2 out. What set it up and put Bonds in a position to get a pitch to hit was Washburn losing Kent from an 0-2 count, running it full, and then bouncing a 3-2 pitch in to set up Barry Bonds. So an intentional pass here in the first inning, not to Bonds, but to Reggie Sanders. That'll bring in J.T. Snow.
We talked about the scouting report of Jared Washburn. He has great game awareness, but the key right here in the scouting report is the 85 to 93 mile an hour fastball. And what Bonds saw was a choke fastball. And because it was slower, then Bonds was able to pull it. That was more 85 than 93.
Now JT Snow. Snow hit a home run the opposite way in Anaheim against Washburn in game 1. 2 on, 2 out. And a strike hits the inside corner. JT Snow in last night's game got the leadoff base hit in the 8th inning against Francisco Rodriguez and scored the winning run on the 1-out hit by David Bell. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bonds the lead runner, and Reggie Sanders, who got the walk, is on at first. Two and one. A 2-run first inning for the Giants. A chance for more. It's up to Snow. And it's 3-1 with David Bell on deck.
This could be a similar pitch on which JT Snow hit the home run in Anaheim. Fastball away.
The bases are loaded. 3rd walk of the inning. David Bell will be the hitter. Bud Black is out to talk to Jared Washburn. Last night, the hero was Bell, coming up with a rare hit against Francisco Rodriguez, scoring JT Snow to make it 4-3, and that's how it ended. And now Bell with a chance to make this a huge first inning for San Francisco. Focus has been on Barry Bonds, but look at the others in the Giants lineup in this postseason. Aurelia has hit 5 home runs. Santiago 13 RBIs. And the NLCS most valuable player, Lofton 16 hits. Snow with 16 hits. And David Bell, the man at the plate, with a game-winning RBI last night. Bases loaded, 2 out, ball 1. And Washburn is wild at the start.
And the deeper in the count he goes, the more David Bell can look for a fastball middle of the plate in, his strength.
Bonds, Sanders, and Snow, the runners. Two and 0.
Normally, with the pitcher on deck, you would be hitting 3-0, but the bases are loaded. No place to put Bell. So Bell will be taking here, one would assume.
3-1. On deck is the pitcher, Schmidt. A bases-loaded walk to David Bell, and it's been a 3-run first inning for the Giants. Prior to that at bat, Bud Black paid a visit to his left-handed starter Washburn and had this to say.
Pick that leg up, bring it over the rubber. Gather yourself. Yes. Put your eyes on the glove. All right? Yeah. This is where you got to make a couple pitches now. You got to keep it right here.
Now Schmidt, the pitcher, takes a strike.
What Bud Black was talking about, push off your back leg and don't drift. A lot of pitchers drift toward the plate. Stay back, release the ball.
A 4-walk first inning for Jared Washburn, who runs it to 0-2 on Schmidt, who's a career 101 hitter with 14 RBIs. Barry Bonds, one of only 2 hits in this 3-run first inning for San Francisco. Inning over, but not before the Giants come up with 3. A hit by Lofton, a walk to Kent. Barry Bonds with a ringing double into the right field corner. A sac fly by Santiago and a bases-loaded walk. And after 1 in Game 5, 3-0 Giants.
Fresh beer is just like fresh bread. Beer is a food product, and fresh beer will always taste more drinkable. It'll be lighter, it'll be cleaner, and it'll be the very best beer you can buy. No brewer will argue that fresh beer is better beer. If you can get the freshest beer possible, you're going to get the very best beer possible.
I gotta tell you, I've had some great deals come my way, but a big and tasty. For just $1, you did your thing, dog. Not that I'm calling you a dog. I mean, you're more like a big purple, I don't know what you are. What you say about my mama?
Huh? Get a delicious Big and Tasty or a McChicken sandwich for just $1 every day at McDonald's.
You got a buck, you're in luck. Grimace, bump with me. What?
You've got one. You've probably got more than one. And chances are one of yours is one of ours. Because nobody in credit cards gives you Bank One's range of choices. You could use this one to get cash back. This one to fly. This one to show you care. Fact. Bank One gives you over 1,200 choices. Why do we go to all that trouble? Don't you think somebody should?
Scusa. Cappuccino.
Okay, freeze. This is Jen, and she has the sudden urge to learn Italian. Who can help? The Italian Institute in Chicago. Carry on.
Hello.
How do you say, hi, my name is Jen. Now be a good boy and come over here and sit on Mama's lap.
This is going to take a while. Now get the most minutes to use whenever. Introducing T-Mobile. Get more.
Just breathe. Just believe. Another day. Just believe. I'm used to it by now. Just breathe. Just breathe.
Sunday, November 3rd, Homer discovers the horrors of human cloning.
No belly button. Shuttle's in the hangar.
It's an all-new Simpsons Halloween special. Sunday, November 3rd on Fox.
Oh!
3 runs put up by the Giants in the first inning. Now the second. The Angels will have Spezio, Kennedy, and Molina. And Spezio after the first pitch, strike one. He's got 5 hits, 15 trips in this World Series. You see that postseason average of .362. Schmidt got around 2 hits in the first inning. Spezio is in the hole 0-2.
Joe, how odd was that first inning? The Giants batted around. They walked 4 times, and one of them was at Bonds.
But because of the walk to Kent, Bonds got a chance to swing it, and as he has done all year when he put up a .370 average, one of the few times he saw something to rip, he did down into the right field corner. Spezio strikes out. That good Schmidt changeup.
The hitters have to cope with both the fastball that hard and the changeup that slow. It's tough. 3 strikeouts now for Schmidt.
Now it's Kennedy, who didn't start in last night's game, but came in the 9th inning as a pinch hitter for Gill. Took the first pitch from Rob Nen and singled into right. With the tying run on base, but Fulmer bounced into a game-ending 6-3 double play. And a leg straightener from Schmidt makes it ball 1. With 1 out, Kennedy takes a strike. You look ahead in this World Series and really question marks on each side with regard to their starting pitching selections. Easy for Snow, 2 out. Anaheim has Kevin Apier slated to go in Game 6 on Saturday night. You remember Apier couldn't hang on to a 5-run lead and lasted only 2 innings in game number 2, a game that the Angels eventually came from behind to win 11-10. And then if there is a Game 7, you got San Francisco with Livan Hernandez scheduled to pitch. He lost 16 games this season and lasted only 3 2/3 in Game 3. Molina fouls it away, strike 1.
If there is a Game 7, it's a Brunswick stew. Both managers will throw everything in the pot.
There's an option for San Francisco, Reeder, and an option for Anaheim, Lackey. 3-0 here in Game 5 with the Giants on top. We're in the second. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Game 7 of the World Series, every pitcher's a reliever.
A 1-1. Breaking ball in for strike 2.
Talked about a leg straightener to Adam Kennedy. Here's a leg straightener to Molina with the breaking ball.
Inning over. Strikeout number 4 for Schmidt. Giants bat, bottom of the second, up 3-0.
Gehrig's farewell speech. Selfless. Robinson's rookie year. Fearless. Fisk's game winner. Timeless. Our pastime. Priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Devoted fan of Major League Baseball and its most memorable moments.
enter password. Please scan retina. Please submit blood sample. Please submit hair sample.
Can your security software protect your entire enterprise without making you jump through hoops?
Ready for that 10 o'clock tape?
Coming.
Ours can. Comprehensive security solutions from Computer Associates.
Well, see you calling again. What could you possibly want? I thought that we could be friends, but now I know it was a fraud. Yeah, I'm alright. I see the way that I was down. I'm trying to make it in this right, but I'm receiving no help. What you say, whoa, then you say yeah. So slowly raising the air. What you say, whoa.
Pepsi Blue, a fusion of berries with a splash of cola. Pepsi Blue. It's a blue thing.
The World Series on Fox is brought to you by Pepsi Blue, a fusion of berries with a splash of cola. It's a blue thing. By GMC, we are professional grade. And by MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Up above, the Saturn light ship. Saturn and its retailers hope you're enjoying Fox's coverage of Major League Baseball's 2002 World Series. Top of the order for the Giants, Lofton, Aurelia, and Kent against Washburn. Lofton singled in the first, and he pops it up here in the second. Playable, Eckstein, long run, can't hang on. And he almost disappears behind the tarp.
He had the farthest way to run, and off the heel of the glove. It would have been a very difficult play for either Anderson, the left fielder, Glaus, or Eckstein. And David reaches too far. No error on the play. He had the best angle and dropped it.
Now Lofton takes strike two. Jared Washburn tied a record with the 4 walks in the first inning. It's happened 10 times now. You would have to believe that nerves have something to do with that throughout history. As an 0-2. Lofton, another hit. 2 hits tonight, 3 last night. Starting the inning well for the Giants with Aurelia, Kent, and Bonds coming up.
The final piece to the Giant puzzle this year, Brian Sabian, the general manager, picking up Kenny Lofton with postseason experience on July 28th from the Chicago White Sox.
We said earlier in the playoffs that no matter what the two kids do, that Sabian and the Giants gave up to get Kenny Lofton. The Giants end up winning the World Series, and Lofton's a big part of it. That trade will always be justified by fans in this area.
Sure.
Brian Sabian, also unsigned past this year, as is the manager Dusty Baker. Sabian has been very open about the fact that he wants to remain here with San Francisco. Aurelia into right center field, diving catcher, stand 1 out.
Tough part about this play is Erstad had to dive where the ball was tailing. Ball hit by a right-hander, tailing into right center. Nice play, Darren Erstad. Tougher play for a left-handed thrower because you have to catch it across your body. Fine play by Erstad.
Gene Klein's the hitting coach. Thought Aurelia had his first hit of the night. That would have produced a run easily with the speed of Lofton on. Now it's Kent, who drew that important 1-out walk in the first inning to set up Bonds with 2 on and only 1 out. Realize that Barry Bonds and Jeff Kent barely speak to each other and have been surprisingly public about the fact that they don't get along at all. in the World Series, hitting in the number 3 and 4 spots for Dusty Baker. A lot of that has been smoothed over lately, but it came to a head toward the end of June in San Diego, as that misses low for ball 3, 3-0. Two difficult personalities, and the two clash in the clubhouse, but fit well for each other in this lineup on the field. And a 3-0 is in for strike one.
Yeah, you don't have to like a teammate if you like what he does on the field.
A little different look than Eckstein gives you in the on-deck circle.
Yep.
1 on, 1 out, 3 balls and a strike. Kent into right field, well hit. Back is Salmon. Off the wall. Lofton will dig for third. They will hold him there. Second and third, 1 out. And first base is open with Bonds coming up. A double by Kent, opening up first base.
Tough right field to play. We talked about the wind currents last night. Fortunately for the Angels, it comes off the padded wall, hits Salmon in the right thigh, and stays there. Because of that, Lofton, who's not sure, only goes to third.
And here comes walk number 24 of the postseason for Barry Bonds. And no arguing this decision, with the 12th intentional pass being handed to Bonds. It's already 3-0 San Francisco. And these seats are filled with fans who have brought chickens with them to the ballpark. There's ball 4 to load him up for Santiago. Our Sprint virtual manager question, with Washburn struggling here in the second, should Scioscia get the bullpen going? Bases loaded with 1 out, and Santiago with yet another opportunity to hurt the Angels.
He grounded into 2 double plays his first 2 times up last night, and delivered an RBI single his 3rd time up. Thing about Washburn, he only threw 8 ground ball double plays during the season. Again, a fly ball pitcher.
Into center field, a hit for Santiago. In to score is Lofton. The throw to the plate. Kent is safe. The runners move up to second and third, and it's 5-0 Giants.
That if you watch enough baseball games, you see something you had never seen before. And on this play, I see something that I've never seen before. The underthrow of Molina hits Reggie Sanders, who is telling Kent to get down on the right foot. Check this out. Joint.
Now Sanders gets to swing the bat with runners at second and third, and the infield end.
I think because no damage, no further damage was done, the umpire's ruling is to leave the runners where they are. But if it goes in the dugout, it would have been interesting to see what the ruling was. Would have been.
1 ball, 1 strike. The virtual manager answer is yes, and Scott Shields may make his first postseason appearance as he gets loose. Washburn getting knocked around in the first 2 innings. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Sanders. Off Santiago's bat, a single, 2 RBIs, E8 on the throw that got away to allow Santiago to get down to second base. 2-2 on Sanders.
You have a 5-run lead on a ground ball to the infield, even though the Angel infield is in. You really should send the runner from third base. Got a left-hander on deck. You have a 5-run lead. You're willing to take a chance.
Into right center field. That's deep enough to score Bonds. He tags and scores. Santiago tags and goes to third. It's 6-0 San Francisco.
In Game 3, the Angels batted around 2 consecutive innings. The Giants are sending their 16th hitter to the plate, and we're only in the second. Santiago easily to second as Bond scores the 6th run.
Ball 1 to Snow. Runner at third, 2 out. One ball, 1 strike on J.T. Snow. An intentional walk to Barry Bonds in this inning. And then a 2-run single by Santiago, who is 8 for 22 following a Barry Bonds walk in the postseason with 11 RBIs. Strike 2 to Snow. Just outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. RBIs in the first by Bonds, Santiago, and Bell. And here in the second by Santiago again and Reggie Sanders. Snow trying to pick one up from third with 2 out. And a good rip. Full count. Should end the inning. Shallow left center. Erstad will put it away. And the Giants are finished in the second. Another 3 runs put up. Eckstein couldn't catch the foul ball, and then Lofton later in that at-bat started the 3-run rally with a base hit. Santiago delivers after the walk to Bonds, and after 2, 6-0 Giants.
So, you sure?
Oh, I'm sure. a new baby with 2 teenage boys. This should be fun.
So, when he starts college, we'll be...
60. No, honey, this isn't a joke.
Why do I rent from Enterprise? For more cargo room. More people room. Or more headroom. Enterprise. So easy, it's like having a second car. Or third.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Taco Bell's grilled steak taco tastes so authentic, you may pull a grilled steak switch out.
So you like carne asada steak?
Yeah.
Great. I've got some out on the grill.
The grilled steak taco. Tender slices of steak marinated in Mexican spices and grilled to perfection. For a taste that's irresistible. For authentic carne asada steak, think outside the bun.
Oh boy. Uh-oh.
For when you need it most.
Uh-oh.
Our longest lasting Energizer Max ever.
What was that?
Energizer Max. Do you have the bunny inside?
Fox Monday.
Stick it on your nose.
What? School is definitely back in session.
It's time we make them afraid again.
Well, you're certainly scaring me.
With the most unpredictable season yet.
You're an underage prostitute. I can't not call the police.
The hit series Boston Public.
This is why I work, Mr. Sennett.
All new, 8/7 Central, Fox Monday.
The Rock. Alcatraz.
Kind of reminds you of April 15th. Make sure you pay your tax.
Here's Jared Washburn, the pitcher, staying in to hit. Ball one high from Schmidt. Washburn, a career 5 for 14 hitter. 357 average, 2 RBIs, and a strike on the outside corner. Eckstein will follow, and then Erstad. Shortstop, Aurelia. 1 away. 5 in a row retired by Schmidt after getting around a leadoff single and a 2-out single by Anderson in the first.
Only in the 3rd inning, and with Mike Socia allowing Washburn to hit here in the 3rd, he is certainly concerned about the bullpen, the overuse of the bullpen, even though they have the off day tomorrow. But Washburn, a good hitter. We even talked about it between innings, saying maybe it would be right to allow Washburn to hit and then still bring in Scott Shields. That way you save a pinch hitter in case you get close.
Eckstein with 1 out. Takes the ball. Erstad next. Two 2-0. That's wide. 3-0. Again, one of the strengths for Jason Schmidt in this postseason has been limiting walks, throwing strikes, as he delivers a 4-pitch walk with 1 out to Eckstein to bring in Erstad, who made a diving catch in the bottom of the 2nd to rob Aurelia, something that Angels fans are used to seeing.
I take more pride in defense than I do in anything. Anytime you can pick up one of your teammates, be the pitcher, you know he's out there battling, and the least you can do is try and catch the ball for him. So I guess from an offensive side, we know how important 90 feet is, and defensively, you take that same mentality. You don't want to give up 90 feet anytime you can stop that.
Erstad takes ball 1.
Taking away 90 feet at least.
That was the catch on Aurelia in the bottom of the second. And the Angels players will tell you that their team leader is this guy, Darren Erstad, who has one error in his last 271 games, and the Angels have had two of the best center fielders in the game patrol that spot, Jim Edmonds and Darren Erstad, for close to the last 10 years. The 1-0 pitch, 1 on, 1 out. That's 6 straight that have missed from Schmidt.
Remember the scouting report, wild high. That's the danger with Jason Schmidt.
Runner going on a strike right down the middle, and Eckstein figured that Schmidt wasn't paying any attention to him and just steals his second base of the postseason.
David Eckstein's mom and dad are teachers in Sanford, Florida. And Mike Socia, before the game, talking about his intelligence. His mom and dad have taught him well.
On 2-1, Erstad, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Often referred to as the brain. And 3 of his siblings have survived kidney transplants.
Remarkable as well.
The guy who was put on waivers by the Red Sox in the year 2000. Now the Kickstarter in this lineup for the Angels is Erstad waits. And a little jam shot, shallow left, might drop. It does for a hit. Eckstein will hold at third, first and third, 1 out. A walk, a stolen base, a floater into left, and Salmon's coming up.
The Giants came from 5 runs down against the Angels to take the lead in game 2. Now the Angels trying to do the same thing. Even though they trailed by 6, there is no defense in the world that can allow a player to catch that ball.
So now Salmon is all of a sudden the Angels have a chance to take a bite out of this 6-run San Francisco lead. Good pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. In game 1, Salmon was hitless against Schmidt. First time up, struck out. Runners at the corners with 1 away. And in the dirt. Scooped up by Santiago, 1 ball, 1 strike.
And in game 2, Joe, World Series fans and baseball fans will remember that Reggie Sanders hit a 3-run home run against Kevin Apier on an 0-2 pitch to put the Giants right back in the thick of things.
Doesn't seem to matter what the score is, what the situation is. Mike Socia turns his base runners loose. Erstad, a guy that he trusts, and Schmidt is not going to fall asleep this time as he did with Eckstein on earlier in the inning. That's low, 2 balls and a strike. Top of the order, setting up the heart of the order for the Angels here in the 3rd inning. Salmon up on the count, 2 balls and a strike. Now it's 2-2.
That was a two-seam fastball, usually down in the strike zone. Four-seamer is up in the strike zone.
Erstad running as Salmon fouls it away. Have you seen a more aggressive team on the bases in the postseason than the Angels?
No, not. Thing you might want to do if you're an infielder, you have a 6-run lead. If the runner runs, hold your position. Don't cover the bag. In essence, you're giving up the run on third base the next time, but you're trying to prevent the big inning.
Another 2-2. 2 outs. Salmon strikes out for the second time tonight. 5 strikeouts for Schmidt.
That was the four-seam fastball. Up in the zone, gets Salmon.
Now the inning is up to Garrett Anderson for the Angels. Anderson singled back in the first, took a 95, 96 mile an hour fastball that was way up out of the strike zone and hit it into center field. That's strike one. .123 RBIs during the regular season. Anderson nearly hit by the pitch. Gets away, but not far enough for Eckstein to score. That's ball one.
Santiago fortunate to just have the ball hang up in the web to slow it down.
It's been a long year behind the plate for Benito Santiago at the age of 37.
His 176th game this year in a Giants uniform. He hasn't played all of them.
Throw over, and Erstad back.
There's that very deceptive throw over given by Santiago.
Might as well just yell it out.
Yeah, just, yo, Jason. Yo, Jason. Short to first.
Here's a 1-1 to Garrett Anderson, first and third, 2 out. Another changeup from Schmidt. And the Giants are a strike away from keeping it 6-0. Blocked by Santiago. That's ball 2.
That was a terrific play. We talked about it earlier in the series because of that accident that Santiago had in '98. He has a difficult time with that right knee. Usually that's his trail knee. He'll get down on his left knee easily. But that accident that kept him laid up in the hospital for about 3.5 months. Severely damaged right leg. And here he is 4 years later, catching in the World Series. What a story.
Middle part of the year was an all-star for the National League. Garrett Anderson, first and third, 2 out. Into right field. Sanders, inning over. Jason Schmidt into and out of trouble. He's racked up 5 strikeouts. He has shut out the Angels on 3 hits. And after 2.5, 6-0, San Francisco.
This way. You're not going to believe this. What was stolen? Everything. Payroll, R&D, customer records, all the assets.
How could they get everything?
I don't know. You're the cops.
The room is completely empty. All the assets were in this room?
Everything. Ned, the servers. They stole all our servers.
No, we moved everything onto that one. It's going to save us a bundle. I sent out an email.
IBM e-servers running Linux.
What's a server?
They can save you a bundle.
I can't sleep, Mom. There are monsters in my closet.
I have an idea. There, honey. Feel safe?
Now the monsters are into the caravan.
No, they aren't. I'll show you.
Dodge Caravan, a feeling of security no matter what lies ahead.
Told you so.
Sure, let's hide under the minivan. Great idea! See Monsters, Inc. now on DVD and in the Dodge Caravan. Get a no extra charge portable DVD or VHS player with any new 2003 Caravan, plus Dodge's 770 powertrain limited warranty.
So how's it coming?
Good. This one looks pretty exotic.
Cool.
Mosquito nets. What's that? Maybe not that exotic.
Great.
Everything you need to choose the hotel that's right for you.
Expedia.com.
When I get older, losing my hair, many years from now, will you still be sending me a Valentine? Birthday greetings, bottle of wine. If we'd been out till 2:45, would you lock the door? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
What would you do if you caught your best friend with your ex?
Go ahead and hit me. Free shot. You ready? Here it comes.
Don't miss the confrontation.
It's coming.
We're ready. Do it, fool!
On an all-new hour of That 70s Show at 8/7 Central Fox Tuesday.
The Bay Bridge all lit up on a Thursday night. Here in San Francisco, a breaking ball is in for a strike to David Bell with Schmidt on deck and then Lofton. Washburn has had 2 long, rough 4 innings. To the left side in the hole, Eckstein, no chance. Base hit. Already 6 hits to go with the 5 walks that have been handed out to the Giants.
Nice effort by Eckstein. Too much to do to get anybody. Maybe running through your folks' minds that would Schmidt bunt right here with a 6-run lead? Absolutely. It's only the 3rd inning. The Angel offense. Giants have seen how important that offense is.
Good bunt by Schmidt. Down to second, Bell. Sacrifice good, 1-4. October's magical matchups continue this week with Fox NFL Sunday, beginning with America's #1 pregame show. Then it's history in the making as Emmitt Smith needs just 93 yards against the Seahawks to break Walter Payton's all-time rushing record. Or the Cardinals take on Terrell Owens and the 49ers in an NFC West showdown with first place at stake or other regional action. All part of a full weekend of magical matchups, critical NFL games, and baseball's World Series takes center stage only on Fox. Kenny Lofton, a big reason why the Giants are up 6-0 in this game. Takes a strike. Led off the first with a base hit. Scored a run on the double by Bonds and led off the second with a hit. And scored on the 2-run single by Santiago. Adam Kennedy takes care of Lofton, 2 away. That'll bring in Aurelia, who's 0 for 2. Aurelia and Schmidt, the only two not in on the fun so far for the Giants, and even Schmidt got down a bunt in this third inning. Runner at third, 2 out, 6-0 Giants, and that's kept at the plate by Molina. Center field, well hit. Back near the track is Erstad to end the inning. That'll do it for the first 3 here in Game 5. It's 6-0 San Francisco with this series even at 2 wins apiece.
All right. I take batting practice. I take infield practice. I take Viagra.
Ask your doctor if Viagra's right for you and visit Viagra.com for more information.
Step up to the plate and make an appointment to see your doctor.
Now on DVD and video, from the studio that brought you Remember the Titans, comes an amazing true story.
Don't hurt yourself.
And only on DVD, get footage of the real Jimmy Morris. The Rookie, rated G. Own it now on DVD and video.
What if the new Kia Sorento was in a race against the other SUVs? Who would win? The little ones would be left in the dust. Some's just too honking huge. Others would be afraid of getting dirty. And the rest, they'd be distracted by the wads of cash we see. The midsize Sorento with a 10-year warranty won this unbiased race. After all, it is our commercial. The new Kia Sorento. Make every mile count.
Yeah, hi. I'm having a problem with my PC.
No, it's not us. Call the maker.
Wait. What? Hello? Yeah, my PC is yeah. I tell them no calls. Wait.
Not us.
But wait, I have a... Wait. Boiler room. Boiler room?
Tired of getting the runaround? Then come to your local Gateway store, where our friendly staff is ready to help you. We offer in-store training and service, plus all the cool stuff you need to make sure you get the most from your PC. Gateway, a better way.
When I look at Steve and Jenny, I just think, wow, what did Jenny have that all the others didn't? Because Steve's had a lot of women all over the world. You know, Europe, Asia, Africa, you name it, Steve's been there. One word, buddy, Amsterdam. Huh? Yeah, this guy knows what I'm talking about. Well, what can I say? The guy's been around, you know, the block a couple hundred times.
The World Series on Fox is brought to you by Budweiser, delivering beer at its best with a crisp, clean, and refreshing taste known only to the king of beers. If you take a step back and look at the big picture of what's happened in this World Series, the 11 runs put up by Anaheim in Game 2 to outdistance the Giants, a final of 11-10 and even the series 1-1. Then Game 3, the Angels came in here and put up 10 runs on 16 hits and stranded 15 runners. Only the third team to score 10 or more runs here at this park against the Giants this year. And it looked like the Angels were going to have their way here in San Francisco. They get out to a 3-0 lead early last night. But then from the 4th inning on, the Giants pitching staff faced the minimum. And tonight, they've shut down Anaheim in the first 3 innings and lead 6-0 while they start to put up the runs. It's been a complete reversal as Gloss takes a strike, and we're underway in the 4th inning. Gloss, Spezio, and Kennedy. Molina, the number 8 hitter, if anybody gets on, and then the pitcher's spot. No balls, 2 strikes on Gloss.
Some of our opening remarks before Game 1. Considering the pitching on both teams, obviously the bullpen's very, very important to Mike Scioscia, to Dusty Baker. But last night, a gutty performance by Kirk Reeder after he gave up 3 runs. in the second and third inning. But the starters in this series have not done well at all. The Giants enter, even though Schmidt tonight is strong, the Giants enter tonight with their starters an earned run average over 9, and the Angels with their starters an earned run average over 8. That's got to go up with 6 runs scored off Washburn.
Leading off in the 4th inning, Gloss strikes out. 6 strikeouts for Schmidt. You can support your favorite team with a Major League Baseball Authentic Collection Premier Jacket featuring ripstop nylon and micro fleece lining.
Right.
Call 1-866-MLB-GAME or visit MLB.com to order now. Ripstop nylon.
Right.
Here's Scott Spezio. And there's strike 1.
Another odd thing about this postseason in all of baseball, 8 teams started, then there were 4, and now there are 2. No shutouts. Not one shutout in this postseason, but Schmidt has one here.
One ball, one strike. On top of that, coming into the World Series, in every series, division, LCS, the team with the home field advantage going into the series lost. The Angels with a home field advantage going into this World Series, and the count 2-1. These and other nutty facts are available on foxsports.com. Here's a 2-1 to Spezio. 2-2.
We have more nutty facts.
Uh-oh.
Last night ended the players' participation in the money that they will earn in the World Series. The players only participate in the first 4 games. Bud Selig, well aware of that.
The 2-2. Spezio, a good job to lay off that changeup, and it's a full count.
Winning share this year should be somewhere around $325,000, I would think, for each player.
Spezio stays up there. What was the winning share back in the 60s?
1964, $8,600. Don Fear knows that in the white sweater there. It's gone up dramatically since 1964.
Cash that check?
Yeah. Long time ago.
With the bases empty and 1 out, Spezio hits it foul.
Oh, he got it.
Come on, knock us out.
Well, a lot of folks may not know that the players share in only 60% of the first 4 games, another 10% to the umpire's assessment fund, 15% to the commissioner's fund, and only 15% to the ball clubs involved. But tonight, 85% goes to the ball clubs involved.
Spezio draws a 1-out walk. Second walk issued by Schmidt tonight. 1 on, 1 out with Kennedy coming up. And now with a little action going, the Anaheim bullpen will start to work again. Shields again. He was warming up back in the 2nd. The Giants got 3 runs in the first inning. RBI double by Bonds in the mix. Sac fly by Santiago and a bases loaded walk to Bell. Santiago again in the 2nd with a 2-run hit and a sac fly by Sanders. Ball 1 to Kennedy. Here's a guy who hasn't pitched in 3 weeks. Scott Shields, as Dave Rigetti will jog out and talk to Schmidt.
I think one of the messages from Dave Rigetti to Jason Schmidt: walks create multi-run innings. Got the bottom part of the order, perhaps a pinch hitter, no more walks.
This Sunday, Emmett goes for the record against the Seattle Seahawks, 93 yards shy of the NFL's all-time rushing record. That's on Fox NFL Sunday as Kennedy, who grounded out to first, is 5 out of 15 in this World Series, waits for a 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike. Terrell Owens with a Sharpie tucked in his sock and a hat on, hanging out here at Pac Bell Park. That's too far inside. That incident get you all hot and bothered with Terrell Owens signing an autograph?
When he signed the football? Nah. Not really.
Man, they're talking about you on Fox.
Terrell, get your Sharpie out right now.
Here's a 2-1. That's foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You're on television. It's the World Series.
The lady in front of him.
Stealing Terrell's thunder by standing up.
The guy's on TV every weekend, and he's all charged up about getting on TV. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 1 out. Schmidt to Kennedy, a foul ball. Kennedy has got one of the more unique swings. Not a big guy, but he has a full-blown uppercut swing.
It's like he straightens up. You were talking about how Schmidt straightened up Kennedy last time. He goes from a crouch to a straight up and down swing. Seems to swing over a lot of pitches. That's why he hooks a lot of balls in the first base dugout.
Another 2-2 from Schmidt. Like that. Sounded like Kennedy broke his bat, and he did. He'll go get a new one. And is in no particular hurry to do it. So Santiago will walk out and talk to Schmidt. They asked Jose Molina, the brother of Benji Molina, 2 catchers for the Anaheim Angels, what the presence of a guy like Santiago means at his age, being such a vital part to the San Francisco team. Benji Molina, who's on deck right now, his brother Jose was actually on the Cubs team when Santiago was there. So we got a chance to learn from him directly. Runner goes as Kennedy fouls it, and one of the questions was answered in a pregame press conference that the Molina brothers all tried to copy how Santiago threw from his knees. He did it as a rookie back in 1987, and he still does it today, what, 15 years later. 1 on, 1 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kennedy trying to fight his way on. The second out and the 7th strikeout victim for Schmidt.
You don't see too many hitters swing through a low fastball, but it gets Kennedy.
Now Benji Molina, who has the thrill of guiding this Anaheim team and the pitching staff through the World Series, and do it with his brother as his backup, Jose Molina, who we have not seen in this World Series. 1 on, 2 out. And that's popped up to the right side. Out of play. Here's Benji talking about the thrill of going through this October with his brother by his side.
You go back and think about when you were little kids and you're playing Nintendo and you're playing outside in the yard. You don't even imagine you're going to be in the same team in the World Series. I mean, it's something else. It's an experience that I hope it lasts forever. And I know it will. So it is something out of space, man. It's great.
No balls, 1 strike. Benji pops it up, and that'll stay in play. Kent wants it. Kent has it. And the inning is over. A 1-out walk to Spezio. And now the Angels have left 5. It'll be Kent, Bonds, and Santiago for the Giants in the bottom of the 4th. They lead it by 6.
You've got one. You've probably got more than one. And chances are one of yours is one of ours. Because nobody in credit cards gives you Bank One's range of choices. You could use this one to get cash back. This one to fly. This one to show you care. Fact. Bank One gives you over 1,200 choices. Why do we go to all that trouble? Don't you think somebody should?
Does a pair beat a straight?
Yes.
What?
Gina, 3?
Tina.
What? She's been sending me pictures.
On the phone? Pictures of what?
Things she can do. I'm out.
When you can send and take pictures on a wireless phone, that ought to do it. That's M-Life from AT&T Wireless. Your mobile life made better.
We should change before we pick up the girls. Okay.
Chevy Avalanche. It changes from a pickup to an SUV.
What are you doing?
Avalanche. Like a rock.
Hiya, honey.
What are you doing here?
I'm taking time for me.
Shouldn't you be at the office?
No, I'm smelling the roses.
Wait a minute. Where'd you go for lunch?
There's something so delicious about Wendy's Mozzarella Chicken Supreme with a whole breast filet mozzarella and Parmesan sauce.
How was it?
Uplifting.
It takes you and chicken to a higher level.
Good. Now get back to work.
Wendy's Mozzarella Chicken Supreme. It's better here. And our pickup window's open till midnight or later, so you can eat great even late.
Sorry. I got that receipt in here somewhere. Driver's license, bus transfer, $1 off fish sticks.
Actually?
Floss. Just in case. Movie stub, a mint.
Actually, we keep everything right here, just in case.
Right. Just in case.
People lose stuff. That's why we can store purchase and warranty information automatically, so you won't have to search anymore. Circuit City, we're with you.
Floss. Who flosses anyway?
I floss.
I floss too.
Imagine being trapped in space
Get off everything that leaves below decks. Do it now.
with no way to escape.
We're going to run out of air.
Hell no.
A couple of hours, maybe.
Firefly, all new, 8/7 Central, Fox Friday.
Jeff Kent first up, bottom of the 4th. And a check swing. He didn't go. Ball 1. Kent, then Bonds, then Santiago. Giants getting exactly what they hoped for out of Jason Schmidt. The Angels are not out of Jared Washburn as Kent gets under one and flies into Salmon and right. 1 away. We talked about what happened back on June 25th in San Diego between Jeff Kent and Barry Bonds. And for fans watching the World Series and aren't familiar with the history between these two, the 2000 NL MVP and the 2001 NL MVP came together at the end of the 2nd inning. Kent had come into the dugout and was critical of David Bell on a throw that he made in a double play situation. Bond sticking up for David Bell, and the two came face to face. They had comments made to the press about one another, and to be honest with you, Kent is more public and open about not getting along with Bonds and vice versa. Kent has done long articles and made comments, not shying away from the fact that the two who anchor the 3-4 spots in this lineup don't really speak. The 2-0 pitch, Bonds. 2 balls and a strike. In fact, Barry Bonds has said on the record that he believes and really hopes that the Giants will sign Jeff Kent.
That's right.
To a contract extension. He's a free agent at the end of the year. The 2-1 pitch. Check swing and a little pop-up into left field for Karen Anderson. And Bonds retired for the first time tonight.
That was Stan Conti, the trainer, by the way, who was between Kent and Bonds. I think people had a tendency to think that there was more to that because it was so public. But there are an awful lot of, and they genuinely do not like one another, but there are an awful lot of things that go on between teammates over the course of a season that are never made public. Things in the clubhouse, things on team buses, on charters.
2 out, a strike is Anthony's to Santiago.
The famous fight on the charter of the Athletics back in the early 70s between Angel Manquel and Blue Moon Odom. And they were struggling, potted one another, had each other in a vice grip. Reggie Jackson said, "Leave them alone. Neither one of them are going to help us anyway." When Dick Williams tried to break them up. One of the great lines to diffuse the whole thing. If they're not going to help us, let them go at one another.
Well, these two guys are obviously the two vital members of this lineup. And again, it goes back to, I think, the credit that Dusty Baker deserves running this team. Yep. And getting these egos and these personalities to get along well enough to be productive on the field. He gives everybody their space. We were in his manager's office tonight when he was handing back fine money that he took earlier in the year from one of his pitchers, who he didn't identify, but he said, "Look, I missed some flights in my day. This guy missed a flight or a team bus. Won a lot of games. We're in the World Series. I'll give him his fine money back." And really, it's that touch that Baker has with these players that makes him invaluable to this Giants team. Santiago clumped one to left field. If it's fair, it's gone. It is foul. Benito Santiago, a couple of feet away from his 3rd home run of the postseason.
Body English.
We also talked to Dusty about his policy in the dugout and on the field during batting practice and around his team. He has his young son, Darren, a 3-year-old around him, and the team is at home. Darren, by the way, is 7-0, going on 8-0 when bat boying for the Giants. He says, "I just like it. It keeps us loose in the dugout. I've always wanted to have a son. And to have a son around me in the dugout, these are days that I will never forget." Nor will Darren, the 3-year-old. He stays hot. And the Giants are on a roll tonight. They lead 6-0 after 4. Back after this from your local Fox station.
Police arrest 2 sniper suspects. Now the investigation enters a new phase. We'll have the overnight developments tomorrow at 7 on Mornings on 2 on KTVU Channel 2.
KTVU Channel 2 News. Complete Bay Area election coverage.
I'm a Ford truck man. That's all I drive. I ain't got no boundaries. I don't compromise.
If you're looking for a no-nonsense, hard-working truck, there's only one out there that'll go the distance, Ford Super Duty. And during Truck Month, you can get one with $2,500 cash back or 0% financing. With the most powerful diesel engine out there, Super Duty's got the most towing power and it's class. So don't miss Truck Month, going on now at your local Ford store.
Ain't no doubt my king of the mountains built Ford tough.
Open up with Samsung Color phones. The new Samsung Color phones with internet access. True vivid colors to express the real you.
Remember this? We were in Florida and Billy slipped and busted his arm in 2 places.
Oh, remember Hawaii? How big was that jellyfish, honey?
It was a man of war. That was the cutest bikini you ever had.
Utah and the Venomous Reptile Emporium?
Where's this?
There's another.
That was our trip to Spain. I think I'm gonna run with the bulls.
Ah, good times.
The power of worldwide coverage. The power of Blue. Blue Cross of California.
Toyota Sienna and E.T. the Extraterrestrial, bringing families together.
We move into the top of the 5th inning, 6-0 here in game number 5. Well, you look fantastic. Huh? Hey, what do you want?
I didn't expect you to say that.
I know, that's why I said
I know it.
So, Dusty Baker, is he moving on after this year? He talked about it before the game. They asked him, Dusty, when he woke up this morning, did you think about this potentially being your last day in the Giants dugout here at home in Pac Bell Park? And he said, yes, I thought about it, but it's not a time to be melancholy. We've got a chance to win the World Series. We'll deal with that later. So he doesn't really give on any of that. He doesn't say, well, we'll just see how it is at the end of the year. I think Dusty at one point was turned off by the way the Giants handled the situation and may end up elsewhere next year, or, it's been talked about lately, might take a year off and kind of clear any health issues and clear his mind and then start fresh in, what, 2004?
That story of Dusty Baker, the conflict of sorts with Peter McGowan, the principal owner, was spawned in a San Francisco magazine article about 2.5 months ago.
Palmeiro gets his first hit of the postseason as he rips one off the wall in right. He's going to test Sanders down 6-0 and make it. Orlando Palmeiro batting for Jared Washburn starts this 5th inning off with the Angels' first extra base hit of the night.
First hit in postseason. It looked like a changeup that was down. Orlando hammers it to right field. And even though the Angels 6-run down, they have still been aggressive on the bases. This is a very tough ballpark in which to come back. Most parks, you say, get a couple of guys on, and then boom, a 3-run homer will put you back. In this park, once again, only 114 home runs over the course of the season, the fewest in the major leagues.
Runner at second with nobody out. Eckstein takes the ball low.
Do I think Dusty Baker will be back? No, I don't. I think Dusty Baker will end up as the manager of the Seattle Mariners next year.
I agree. And that comes literally with us having never talked about it with Dusty Baker down in these managerial meetings that baseball provides us with during the postseason.
Reported today that Lou Piniella, the ex-Seattle Mariner manager, has signed with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, and that Art Howe, formerly with the Oakland Athletics, has signed a 4-year deal with the New York Mets.
Runner at second, nobody out. Ken Maka. And as the musical chairs start shifting around, he's going to take over the reins with the Oakland A's, and then that takes a potential candidate away from Milwaukee, Chicago, and other spots where there's an opening. Maka has been hot property. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That's the third foul. 2-2 on Eckstein. It's going to be interesting to see if Baker isn't back, how the next manager, whoever he is, handles Barry Bonds with this Giants team, because Bonds is on his own program with 4 lockers, his own stereo system, his own recliner, keeping to himself for the most part around this San Francisco team. Here's a 2-2 pitch with a runner at second, nobody out. Another foul by Eckstein.
Dusty Baker, tremendously popular in the San Francisco area. 10 years at the helm of the Giants.
Outside of his father, he'll tell you the man who had the biggest influence on him as a baseball player was Hank Aaron. We got a chance to play with early in his career, and at one point batted behind Hank Aaron.
Dusty Baker was on deck when Hank Aaron hit home run number 715.
Here's a 2-2 to Eckstein again. And to third, under the glove or off the glove of Bell to put 2 on with nobody out. A double by the pinch hitter Palmeiro. And now that ground ball, which finds its way into left field to put runners at the corners.
Peck, peck, peck. Here come the Angels. First and third, nobody out. That ball took a tricky hop and over the thumb of the glove of David Bell. So it's going to be a hit because of that hop. Second hit for Eckstein, who's been on base 3 times tonight.
Did a little Shaggy move from Scooby-Doo, spinning his feet. His first couple of steps couldn't get there. And then that tricky hop, it is indeed a base hit, a double, a single, and now Erstad with Salmon and Anderson to follow as the Angels could make this interesting here in a quick hurry. First and third, nobody out. And that's driven into right field off the end of the bat. Palmeiro will tag and score, and back to first is Eckstein as the Angels are on the board at 6-1. A sac fly by Erstad.
That sacrifice fly made both teams happy. The Angels score a run, and the Giants want the out.
Now Tim Salmon will be the hitter. Salmon has struck out twice tonight. Last time he did it with runners at first and third and only 1 out. Up the middle, base hit. Eckstein will turn and try to go to third. The throw by Lofton is too late. First and third, 1 out on a hit by Salmon.
Taking advantage of the weak throwing arm of Kenny Lofton. The only part of Lofton's game, that in power, that he doesn't have. Kent diving for this ball, goes under his glove, and Eckstein makes it to third. High throw by Lofton, too much of an arc. Bit of a gamble, but not much. That jump from first base allowed him to get to third base.
And with 1 out this early in the game, it's worth getting over to third. And it's first and third with Garrett Anderson and Gloss coming up. David Eckstein going first to third, as these Angels have done the entire month of October. Here's David Eckstein talking about it.
That's something we stress from day 1 in spring training, that if you ever have the opportunity to go first or third, you're going to take the opportunity. If you get thrown out, you get thrown out, but you always be aggressive. You don't ever want to stop at second when you can have the opportunity to go to third, and that comes straight from the coach.
Straight from Social.
Excuse me, Joe. Anytime you have a ground ball between the second baseman and the bag, go to third. That's a rule of thumb.
So it's first and third with 1 out, and Garrett Anderson at the plate. Strike 1. The virtual manager questioned by Sprint. And the answer, should the Giants re-sign Dusty Baker, 78% say yes. Those in the 22%, I'm guessing, are logging on from Los Angeles.
Or Seattle.
Or Seattle, or Colorado, San Diego or Arizona. Here's an 0-1. That gets behind Santiago. Great break by Eckstein, and it's 6-2. David Eckstein on his toes, ready to run, and that ball, if it got on the grass, barely got on the grass behind the plate, and it's a 4-run game.
On his right foot. When the ball is in the hitting area, you're on your right foot, ready to move. David Eckstein gets a base hit to set up a run at third, and now with some super base running, scores the Angels' second run.
It's a wild pitch.
Watch how he's leaning on that right foot, walking lead, boom.
Now a runner at second as Salmon advanced, and Anderson strikes out, 2 out. Strikeout number 8 for Schmidt.
So here the Angels score a run on a strikeout. Eckstein going to third, setting up going home on the wild pitch. So even though Anderson becomes the 8th strikeout victim, Eckstein created that run.
Chad Zerbe was so good in game 2 for the Giants, getting loose. Now it's Gloss. Ball 1. Donnelly getting loose for the Angels in their bullpen. It was Shields earlier. Now that it's a little tighter, only a 4-run game, Mike Scioscia is not going to run Scott Shields out there for the first time in a month. He has not appeared the entire postseason, and it's 2-0 on Gloss.
What Schmidt was doing to Troy Gloss, his first 2 at-bats, throwing him fastballs up and in. He has struck out twice, swinging. Now it becomes a different matter because Gloss is ahead in the count.
Salmon at second, 2 out. A 4-run Giant lead. What a swing by Gloss, and it's 2-1.
Well, he just missed that fastball out over the plate. 7 home runs in the postseason. A fat one to hit, and fouled it back.
Gloss and Bonds each with 7. Low, it's 3-1 with Spezio on deck. Well, if you're Schmidt, how frisky do you want to be on a 3-1 count? The guy who's hit 7 home runs in the postseason, leading by 4. Good pitch, inside part, belt high, full count.
That pitch did not give Gloss a chance to extend his arms. It crowds him on the inside corner.
Pop back here.
Look at Troy Gloss. Ted Williams used to say you could smell the ball coming off the bat.
In to score is Salmon. Down to second is Gloss, and it's a 6-3 game. Only because of the roof of that car out in left field did that ball stay in play and not leave the park. It looked like it was high enough to get out, but because of that ad out in left field, the ball that Gloss just hit stayed in play instead of making it a 2-run game. Let's see if that is the case. Maybe about rear view mirror high.
Yeah.
Yep. So it was over 3/4 of the way up the wall, but it stayed in. And now Gloss at second with 2 out for Spezio. And a hit could make it a 2-run game. Salmon with a hit in the inning. He scores on the double by Gloss, who hit a laser into left field.
A predictable pitch selection count. Gloss fouled off the 2-0 pitch. He fouled off the 3-2 pitch before he hammered that double. I don't know how that one smelled, but it sure tasted sweet for Angels fans.
Largest deficit they've overcome to win, 5 runs. The Angels have done that 3 times. That includes Game 3 of the division series against the Yankees. That was in Anaheim with Messina pitching. It's a 6-3 game. Runner at second, 2 out, and a 1-0 pitch. Spezio off the end of the bat, foul. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Oh, you mentioned the Yankees. It was the Yankees who trailed the Atlanta Braves in Game 4 of the 1996 World Series in the 6th inning. They trailed 6-0. They scored 3 in the 6th, set it up for the Leyritz home run, and then won it when Wade Boggs, the last available regular player, walked with the bases loaded in extra innings to win it 7-6.
Washburn, the starter, is finished. Lifted for the pinch hitter Palmeiro to start this inning, and he started it with a double. Eckstein, a big part of it again. And the 1-1. 2 balls and a strike. Runner at second, 2 out. And now that's ball 3.
That was either a changeup or a breaking ball on a 2-ball-and-1 count. 2-ball-and-1 count. So now the Angels, even though they trailed by 6 coming in, have Schmidt pitching defensively.
Already up over 100 pitches. This game is only in the 5th. The left-hander, Zerbe, is loose with the left-handed hitting Kennedy on deck. The 3-1 to Spezio. That's ball 4, down and in. 2 on with 2 out. Kennedy coming up, and Baker is coming out. That's the 3rd walk of the night by Schmidt, and that may be his last pitch of the evening. Dusty Baker has not made the call to Zerbe. Now he has. And that's it for Schmidt, who cannot get through 5 innings despite a 6-0 lead after 2. It started with a pinch hit double by Palmeiro. Eckstein involved. Salmon involved. Eckstein scoring on a wild pitch. And then Gloss. It's a 6-3 game, 2 on, 2 out. Zerbe coming in.
That was one of the coolest scenes I'd ever seen in a movie. From that point on, I was hooked. I'm a huge Mustang fan. A lot of people have accused me of having gasoline in my veins because of that. That's the kind of absolute soul that you can't fake. If I could have one car the rest of my life, I'd have a red Mustang convertible with a throaty V8 and a great sound system. To me, life doesn't get any better than that.
Now, there is no up or down. Introducing Mach 3 Turbo. Total comfort whether you shave down or up. A new anti-friction coating on all 3 blades, plus a new strip releases even more lubrication. So even against the grain, you get less irritation and the closest shave. It's turning the shaving world upside down. Mach 3 Turbo, new from Gillette. Try new Gillette Series Shave Gel and get skin care with every shave.
So how's it coming?
Good. This one looks pretty exotic.
Cool.
Mosquito nets. What's that? Maybe not that exotic.
Great.
Everything you need to choose the hotel that's right for you.
Expedia.com.
Oh boy. Uh-oh.
For when you need it most.
Uh-oh.
Our longest lasting Energizer Max ever.
What was that?
Energizer Max. Do you have the bunny inside?
Introducing 3 grilled favorites on 1 sizzling skillet. Fajita chicken, shrimp, and barbecued ribs. Chili's new Fajita Trio.
They're undercover cops with too much money. It's cool with me. Too many toys.
Are you kidding me?
And much too much.
What happened to you?
And that
Chad Zerbe into the game, 2 on, 2 out. Adam Kennedy takes ball 1. Zerbe in game 2 was outstanding. He ended up going 4 innings out of the bullpen, allowing 1 earned run, 4 hits. Runners on at first and second with 2 out. Kennedy. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Giants got 3 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second. The Angels have put up 3 here in the 5th. Loss, the latest RBI. A walk to Spezio. And that was the end of the night for Schmidt, who lasts only 4 2/3. Still responsible for the 2 on. Good pitch, strike 2.
Breaking ball for a strike. I don't think in the regular season Jason Schmidt would be pulled from this game. This is not the regular season.
1 out away from having a chance to get a win. Zerbe tries to finish the top of the 5th. That's foul. And Kennedy breaks another bat. Eighth man to bat in the inning. Tying run at the plate for Anaheim. Kennedy with 4 home runs this postseason. Into center field, Lofton back. And the inning is over. The Angels climb back in it, knock out the San Francisco starter Schmidt. Zerbe gets the final out. A 3-run 5th for the Angels, who trail by 3.
There's a place that I travel when I want to roam, and nobody knows it but me. The roads don't go there, and the signs stay home, and nobody knows it but me. It's far, far away, and way, way afar. It's over the moon and the sea. And wherever you're going, that's wherever you are. And nobody knows it but me. Chevy Tahoe, like a rock.
on November 22nd.
My friends call me James.
My friends call me James Bond.
Live for the moment.
You're a gambling man. If the stakes are right. What happened to you?
Bond and die another day.
Let's get down to business. Who sent you?
Your mama.
Pierce Brosnan, Halle Berry.
Looks like we're going down together.
Not yet!
Die Another Day. Rated PG-13. Starts November 22nd.
Radio Shack is the place people go for specialty batteries for all kinds of things. Choose from over 1,000 batteries. Radio Shack has more power. Radio Shack.
The World Series on Fox is brought to you by MGM's Die Another Day, starring Pierce Brosnan, rated PG-13. By Viagra, step up to the plate and ask your doctor if a free sample of Viagra is right for you. And by John Hancock, official sponsor of Major League Baseball. Brendan Donnelly takes over his 9th game this postseason after Washburn went the first 4. Our in-game box score brought to you by Chevy Trucks. The Giants, Lofton has been a big part of the 2 3-run innings. Jeff Kent with a hit. Barry Bonds with an RBI double. An intentional walk, 2 runs scored. Santiago with 3 RBIs tonight. And Reggie Sanders with an intentional pass and a sac fly. Here's Sanders now leading off the bottom of the 5th against Donnelly, as Molina is going to go out and talk.
Check at the scorecard. The pitcher's spot is 2 up, 2nd in the 6th inning. And it was a straight move by Mike Socia to put Donnelly in the game. So this could be the only inning Donnelly works.
Ball 1. Sanders was intentionally walked back in the 1st inning. That backfired on the Angels, as Washburn followed that with a walk to J.T. Snow to load him up, and a bases loaded walk to David Bell to make it 3-0. Ball and a strike. This proves how things are different in this World Series for Reggie Sanders than they were in the NLCS. Lefty, righty didn't matter. The Cardinals were coming after Sanders, who was only 1 out of 16 in that series.
And admitted that he was pressing in the LCS.
Pretty good rip at that pitch, but in the hole 1 and 2. Then you think about how he started this World Series. Sanders homered in game 1, walked, singled, scored a run. And in game 2, hit a 3-run home run, had another hit. There's the turnaround as he leads off the bottom of the 5th. One-two pitch. 2-2. Snow will follow, then Bell. If anybody gets on the pitcher's spot. Another good swing by Sanders. Giants trying to go back to work, leading by only 3, and Sanders hooks one down the left field line. In the corner, foul.
That landed in about the same spot as Benito Santiago's foul ball. Hooking. That same area.
everybody getting fist on it. But it went foul, and now Sanders strikes out. Our Pepsi fan cam here in the 5th inning. The music of John Lee Hooker.
Boom, 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 boom.
Some of Dusty Baker's favorite music, this being the last game this World Series in San Francisco.
You're home with me.
And when this World Series moves back down the coast to Southern California, we will give Mike Socia his chance to pick the music for the Pepsi fan camp in Anaheim. Here's JT Snow. Ball 1. Snow is walked and flied out. Five for 16 in this World Series. That caught the corner, according to Mike Riley. Not JT Snow, 1-1. Off the front foot or leg. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
JT Snow wearing that half shin guard on his front leg, and he hits the ball off his back leg. You don't see that too often because most hitters hit the ball out in front of the plate. In order to hit the back leg, you have to be fooled on the pitch and hit it behind the plate.
So the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out, nobody on. Donnelly with one idea and Molina with another on what to throw on 1 and 2. And so they'll talk.
Talking about Dusty Baker, he is such a jazz fan. He will talk to you about jazz as long as he'll talk to you about baseball. What an area for that. All the musicians, great musicians that have come from the San Francisco area.
It's really how he rates a lot of the cities that the Giants visit during the course of the season. How good is the music? Here's a 1-2 pitch. Pitch falling away, and Snow is the second out here in the bottom of the 5th.
That looked like a splitter that acted like a screwball. Either that or a two-seam fastball to get JT Snow. That ball going away from Snow, and it was a splitter.
So now with the bases empty, here's David Bell. Tim mentioned it, Anaheim in the 6th inning will have Molina, the number 8 hitter, then Donnelly's spot will come up, and then Eckstein. And Donnelly doing his part, trying to keep it a 3-run game.
Now Felix Rodriguez going down to warm up for the Giants. Perhaps if David Bell gets an extra base hit here, Dusty Baker with a chance to drive in another run. Oh boy. Right above the left knee of JT Snow. It was a slider or cut fastball right on the side of the thigh. JT has had knee problems.
Bell takes the slider for a strike, and it's 1-2. going to be a long night for both bullpens. Donnelly, the first of many for Anaheim, and Zerbe had to relieve Schmidt. Who would have thought with the way Schmidt started this game and with that kind of a lead, 6-0, that Schmidt would not be able to get through 5. Zerbe came on to get Adam Kennedy. Strand 2 runners on in the top of this 5th. Bell with 2 out, nobody on. Able to get a piece.
The thing about Brendan Donnelly, he does not throw a lot of balls down the middle of the plate, in and out. We talked about east and west and how effective pitchers could be throwing outside, inside. Donnelly does it very, very well.
Pitching this series, the starters for the Angels at 9.14 ERA. Giants almost 8 3/4, and the relievers, no surprise. The bullpen, a big reason why each team has advanced to the World Series. The 2-2 pitch to the right side. Spezio, and the inning is over. A quiet inning for the Giants, and we go into the 6th. Bottom part of the order coming up for the Angels. And it's 6-3 San Francisco.
Boom, boom, boom. Shoot your head down.
What is it, Daddy?
I think it's a cocoon. One big cocoon.
Excitement has reached a fever pitch. Crowds gather, trying to catch a glimpse of the cocoon.
The cocoon, friend or foe? Go.
It's big, ugly, and different.
It's unique. It's amazing. It's very exciting.
This just in, cocoons are now being sighted across the country. And all we know is it's one big cocoon.
Look out.
It's a butterfly!
It's one big butterfly, son.
Hey, how's it going?
A whole new internet service has landed. Introducing MSN 8, bringing you better email, smart parental controls, and tougher junk mail protection. It's better with the Butterfly. New MSN 8.
You've got one. You've probably got more than one. And chances are one of yours is one of ours. Because nobody in credit cards gives you Bank One's range of choices. You could use this one to get cash back. This one to fly. This one to show you care. Fast. Bank One gives you over 1,200 choices. Why do we go to all that trouble? Don't you think somebody should?
I hate it when he does that.
Sorry about the dust.
Come on, guys, let's go.
After the new roomy 7-passenger Chevy Trailblazer, everything else just seems kind of weak.
Ah, I left the bagels in the jet.
The new Chevy Trailblazer. Like a rock.
The World Series on Fox is brought to you by Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. And by new MSN 8. It's better with the Butterfly. MSN 8, more useful every day. Up above, the overhead shots of the 2002 World Series provided by the Saturn Lightship. The team at Saturn hopes you're enjoying this unique look from high above San Francisco. Downtown, of Alcatraz, Bay Bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge, Pac Bell Park. And now we move to the 6th inning. Benji Molina first up. Benji Gill is in the on-deck circle. And a ball up and into Molina from Zerbe. Dad tucking in Darren Shirt while Zerbe serves out the leadoff base hit up the middle. David Bell fouled out to end the bottom of the 5th. And little Darren Baker had a reaction that at one point early in Dusty's life got him kicked off his own dad's team. And little Darren got rid of the helmet in frustration, in disgust. Dusty was cut from his dad's Little League team 3 times, twice for throwing equipment. Darren will learn that lesson eventually from Dad.
Yes, he will.
Here's Benji Gill, 1 on with nobody out. Gill batting for Donnelly, who went 1 perfect inning with 2 strikeouts. How much are we paying that guy, Dad? We need hits. Bag of grapes and a front row seat. The 0-1 pitch to Gill. Lined into center field. Lofton back. It is off his glove and to the wall. Going to third, Molina. Into second is Gill. And it's second and third, nobody out.
Ball misplayed by Kenny Lofton. It is often said the ball right at the center fielder, the toughest ball to field, but Lofton hesitated. 1001, 1002, a ball that should have been caught. And now the Angels are knocking like the Giants did last night. They had twice the hill to climb. Mon Ortiz going. This gives them a real chance right here. You can see that hesitation on Lofton. He didn't pick that ball up right away.
How about Benji Gill now, 8 for 12 in the postseason. Started last night in place of Kennedy because of the left-handed starter Reeder and was 2 for 3. And he pinch hits here after the hit by Molina, a double, and it's second and third, nobody out for Eckstein, who has been on base 3 times tonight with 2 hits and a walk. Because Erstad is in the on-deck circle, Zerbe stays in to face Eckstein.
A guy like Eckstein, nobody out. If he hits the ball to the right side, you score the runner and move the runner at second to third. We saw Eckstein do that the other night with 2 strikes. Move the ball to the right side. 2 for the price of 1 if he does it here.
On the inside corner, Eckstein, hit by 27 pitches during the regular season, is right on top of the plate. And if one is headed for him, he doesn't give. And it's a foul ball as it hit off Eckstein while he was in the box. We'll take another look as Santiago comes out from behind the plate with his palms up saying, hey, wait a minute, that ball didn't hit Eckstein. Let's see if it did. Yep, caught him on the left shin.
Yeah, that's a spot that a catcher can't see.
Angel Hernandez was the one who came down and made the call.
A very good call, too. He had a better angle than the home plate umpire.
Second and third, nobody out. A ball and 2 strikes on Eckstein. To the plate is Molina. Out at first is Eckstein, and the other runner, Gill, advances to third, 1 out, and it's a 2-run game. There's Eckstein making an out, but a productive out as both runners advance.
2 for the price of 1. Molina scores easily. Benji Gill, again, the rule of thumb, if you're the runner at second base, the ball is hit at you or to your left, you go to third, and Gill did. Good job by Eckstein.
So now it's Erstad with a runner, Gill at third and only 1 out. And a long meeting between Jeff Kent and Chad Zerbe finally breaks up as the home plate umpire Mike Riley was on his way out. Schoenweiss will take over for the Angels in the bottom of this sixth. A 6-4 game. Slow roller, right side, 2 out. And the runner Gill has to hold.
What a play by Zerbe. Not only tagging the runner, realizing maybe that if he goes to first base, Gill could score. Gill comes off a bit. Now, if Zerbe goes to first base right there, maybe Gill could score. But by tagging him, no chance. Great reaction by Zerbe. Watch him look toward third.
A huge out picked up by Zerbe as he will exit. A double switch. Felix Rodriguez is coming in. So Zerbe holds the runner at third. It's still a 2-run San Francisco lead with Felix Rodriguez coming in.
I called him and I said, get a movie. You know, something old.
I heard, get a monkey with a cold.
A monkey?
It's not his fault. It's the cellular static. Here, now you can get clear calls and do more, because Sprint built the largest all-digital, all-PCS enhanced nationwide network from the ground up for clarity you could see and hear.
Oh, look at that.
Thanks. What about the monkey?
Plenty of fluids, and he'll be fine.
For $30 a month, get 300 anytime and unlimited night and weekend PCS minutes from Sprint.
I am Emmett Smith.
I'm Emmett Smith.
I'm Emmett Smith.
I am Emmett
Smith. I am Emmett Smith. No, really, I am.
Worried that the you shopping online isn't really you? That's why there's Verified by Visa, a security service that helps protect Visa cards from unauthorized online use with a personal password. This service is only available on select Visa cards issued by participating financial institutions.
I am Emmett Smith. Please.
To learn more and to check if your card is eligible for this service, go to visa.com/verified.
The answers we take for granted are the ones he'd give anything to know.
Are you saying that you have amnesia but seem to know everything else?
Ask me a question. How many M&M's coming up?
Plain 60, peanut 25.
First line of Macbeth.
When shall we three meet again?
Do the phone book again.
White or yellow?
This fall, one man will use his extraordinary gifts
I reverse encrypted their firewall with a pseudo IP and deconstructed their telnet with a viral protocol.
to solve the crimes no one else can.
Was your husband a vegetarian?
No.
Then this is not your husband.
And unlock the greatest mystery of all,
The more bizarre a thing looks, the simpler the explanation.
who he is. John Doe, an all-new episode at 9/8 Central Fox Friday.
The double switch has Tsuyoshi Shinjo out in right field, batting in the number 9 spot. Pitching and batting 6th is Felix Rodriguez.
Interesting double switch, because that means Shinjo will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. And the minute Mike Scioscia found that out, he got Ben Weber up. And while Rodriguez was warming, Weber was warming. So it could be the right-handed Weber instead of Schoenweiss.
Right now, it's Tim Salmon at the plate, representing the tying run, facing Felix Rodriguez, who we took deep for the game-winning home run in Game 2. Runner at third, 2 out, ball 1. Bottom of the 8th, a 2-out, 2-run shot. That made it 11-9. It ended 11-10 after the Bonds home run. Gill with a pinch hit double in this inning, off the glove of Lofton in center. 6-4 Giants in the 6th. And it's 2-0 on Salmon. Felix Rodriguez has been involved in every game of this World Series. Salmon looking for a pitch to drive on 2-0. 3-0 with Garrett Anderson next. Last 40 games, including the games in October, a 5-1 record with an ERA of 1.66. The one loss came compliments of Tim Salmon, who hits one to third. One hop to Bell, hitting over. The Angels draw one run closer. A hit by Molina, a pinch double by Gill, and the RBI ground out by David Eckstein. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, 6-4 Giants.
This Halloween,
It's an ocean liner.
the ship that went through hell, has come to take you back. Ghost Ship, rated R, starts tomorrow.
Some say he's still out wandering these hills, looking for his lost head. It's a true story. Okay, time to go to bed.
For when you need it most.
Uh-oh.
Our longest lasting Energizer Max ever.
What was that?
Energizer Max. Do you have the bunny inside?
Sweater for Aunt Em, $80 online. Dog dish for Toto, $20 online. Fabulous shoes, $150 online. Knowing you're safe when you shop online. Priceless. With MasterCard Zero Liability, you're protected from unauthorized purchases. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
What's your name again? My name is Gabriella. Gabriella Angelina Davila.
What a pretty name.
I'm your daughter, Gabriella. It's a nice house you have. So very happy. I'm glad you're happy, Mom.
I take batting practice. I take infield practice. I take Viagra.
Ask your doctor if Viagra's right for you and visit Viagra.com for more information.
Step up to the plate and make an appointment to see your doctor.
Introducing the versatile all-wheel drive Subaru Baja. Part car, part truck. All choice. When you get it, you get it.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Shinjo leads it off, and Ben Weber, who just started to get loose, as Tim mentioned, when the Giants brought in Felix Rodriguez in the top of the inning, deals strike one. That's foul. Straight up 8 o'clock here in the West, 11 o'clock back east. Joe Buck, Tim McCarver, Michael Weissman, Bill Webb, our director. A game that started out with the Giants getting 3 runs in the first inning. Bonds with an RBI double and a run scored. 3 more in the second. Staked Jason Schmidt to a 6-0 lead. It's now 6-4. And we're only in the bottom of the 6th inning of Game 5 with this series even at 2 games apiece. 9th game this postseason for Weber. Shinjo, Lofton, and Aurelia for the Giants, who lead 6-4. Still 1-2. Inside corner, 1 out. Kenny Lofton will step to the plate. 5 hits in his last 7 trips to the plate. He's been hitting line drives, and he dropped down that all-important bunt in last night's game. The infield hit, his first last night. The clean single through the right side, and then the bunt for the hit. It was fair, foul, and then fair when Gloss touched it. And tonight, 2 more hits to start the first, to start the second. He scored each inning. And now he bats with 1 out, nobody on in the 6th. Takes a strike as he was backing out, taking all the way. 3rd time through the order, the Giants 0 for 9. After pounding Washburn early. Now 0 for 10 as Lofton is retired for the 2nd time.
Meanwhile, the Angels are trying to do to the Giants what the bullpen of the Giants did to the Angels last night. Donnelly for 1 perfect inning, and now Ben Weber has retired the first 2 he's faced in the 6th.
Again last night in Game 4, the Angels got 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and then Reeder, Felix Rodriguez, Tim Worrell, and Rob Nen faced the minimum the rest of the way. Here's Aurelia with 2 out and nobody on for the Giants, who lead by 2. Slider misses, ball 1. The Angels in the 7th will have Anderson, Gloss, and Spezio against Felix Rodriguez. Bullpen not active for the Giants at the moment. Off the glove of Gloss for a base hit.
Gloss off the line, the ball hooking back to him just off the webbing. In a weird way, if the Angels get Jeff Kent out, it could be good for them, because now you face Bonds, and I would imagine Schoenweiss would face it with nobody on base.
Right now, Schoenweiss is not warming up, which is interesting. With Bonds on deck, 1 on, 2 out, strike 1 on Kent. Schoenweiss was getting ready last inning. I'm sure it wouldn't take much to get him loose again. But depending on what Jeff Kent does here, maybe in a spot. Unless Mike Scioscia's already made up his mind that here in the 6th inning, no matter what, the Angels are going to put Bonds on and work to Santiago. I guess that's the conclusion you have to draw, since Schoenweiss is not getting ready.
Yeah, even if the Giants have runners on at 1st and 2nd.
1 on, 2 out, and Kent into left field. Anderson back at the wall. It's gone. Home run, Kent. 8-4 Giants. Breaking ball from Weber. Now an 0-1 to Bonds with 2 out. Into left center field. That ball's going to plug the gap and scoop to the wall. Bonds has his 2nd double of the night.
shooting one into left center. Why is Mike Socia going to walk Benito Santiago? Because Felix Rodriguez, the pitcher, is scheduled to hit in the 6th hole.
So the intentional pass is Weber almost uncorked a wild pitch on ball 1. This will put 2 on with 2 out, and right now Sean Dunston is making his way to the on-deck circle to bat for Felix Rodriguez. Means that Tim Worrell, who is loosening in a hurry, is going to have to come in and work in the 7th, which is a bit earlier than he's used to.
Maybe 7 and 8.
On the home run by Kent, the hitting coach Gene Klein's wearing a mic.
Joe, a lot of pitchers talk about the fact that from the stretch, they can't get the break on their sliders or curveballs like they can from the windup. They don't have a high leg kick. That could have been the problem with Weber then. You could see Molina setting up outside, and we have said before that when a catcher is off the plate away and moves the glove back toward the middle of the plate, generally it spells trouble for the pitcher. And it was big trouble for the Angels as Kent hit the 2-run homer.
Sean Dunston came out, was going to the plate, and then was called back to the bench. And it was nothing more really than a stall tactic to talk to Dunston to allow Tim Worrell more time to get loose in the bullpen. 2 on, 2 out. Dunston takes a strike. Tim Worrell is just now starting to work to the bullpen catcher down in a crouch after finishing long tossing to try to get his arm loose on this cool night. Felix Rodriguez's spot, the number 6 position, came up in a hurry here in the 6th inning. It's 8-4 Giants in game 5. Strike 2 on Dunston. Bond's the lead runner. Santiago the trail runner after the intentional walk, and it's 0-2 on Dunston. Still 0-2. Foul, and this is bat by Dunston. Even if it doesn't produce a hit, has certainly given Tim Worrell time enough now to get loose.
You're right. Everything starting so innocently for the Giants here in the 6th inning. 2 outs and then a single off the glove of Gloss by Aurelia and a 2-run shot by Kent.
Ball 1 to Dunston. Part of the kids crew in the dugout for the Giants. Dunston strikes out. During the regular season, Jeff Kent hit 37 home runs, one of the most productive second basemen in Major League Baseball history. Here in the Giants' 15th postseason game, he gets his second home run. Opens the lead back to 4 after 6. Back after this from your local Fox station.
Tonight at 10, how the FBI tracked down the 2 sniper suspects and what authorities found in their car. And it's the last game of the season at Pac Bell, with the Giants looking to take the lead in the World Series. We'll have complete coverage.
The stronger the foundation, the taller the building. And the more you put into a truck, the more you get out of it. At Toyota, we're proud that the Tundra has been ranked best in initial quality 3 years in a row. For people who care about getting the job done right, we built the Toyota Tundra better from the ground up.
Gehrig's farewell speech. Selfless. Robinson's rookie year. Fearless. Fisk's game winner. Timeless. Our pastime. Priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Devoted fan of Major League Baseball and its most memorable moments.
Ever figure out what Gray Davis actually cost you? Start with over $11 billion because of Davis's failure to act on energy in the budget. He panicked on energy, signing deals at rip-off prices. Our bill skyrocketed over 30%, more than $7 billion. The money Davis wasted could have built 1,000 new schools or paid for more than 100,000 police or teachers. If you've had enough, I'm asking for your vote. I'm Bill Simon.
To Nissan, it's a fusion of performance, styling, and innovation. To 50 renowned automotive journalists, however, it's an aphrodisiac. Presenting the Nissan Altima, 2002 North American Car of the Year.
We move to the 7th inning here in Game 5. Aerial coverage of the entire 2002 World Series, courtesy of Saturn and the Saturn Light Ship. Keep your eye on the sky when the Saturn Light Ship visits a major sporting event near you. 7th inning now. Joe Buck and Tim McCarver. And Tim, it looked like we're starting to slip away from the San Francisco Giants. Jeff Kent steps up and takes the biggest swing of the night so far in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, after the single off the glove of Troy Gloss, the 2-run home run by Kent, his second postseason home run. Hit it off Ben Weber.
And now the Giants may ask for 2 innings out of Tim Worrell tonight. Usually save him for the 8th, but having to lift Felix Rodriguez for the pinch hitter Dunston. As Worrell in the 7th, and he falls behind Anderson 2-0. Gloss and Spezio, the next 2 hitters. Already 11 games this postseason for Tim Worrell, who has 3 wins. He was the winner last night when he pitched a scoreless top of the 8th, and David Bell got the game-winning RBI in the bottom of the 8th. Anderson pops it up. Third base side. Long run Bell. 1 out. Here's Gloss, who's doubled home a run and struck out twice against another right-hander, but a very different type pitcher, Jason Schmidt. Schmidt cannot be the winner in this Game 5. He did not last 5 innings. Strike 1.
Tim Worrell, elbow transplant surgery in 1995.
Two on Gloss.
Tim was a starter then. This one getting a piece of Benito Santiago. Continues to get rattled around back there. Off the mask and then off the shoulder. The one off the shoulder hurt. Like a pinball machine.
Here's an 0-2 to Gloss. That's a let's stay at the plate swing from Troy Gloss. It's still 0-2.
That's also the spot that Tim Worrell has had a tough time throwing to right-handed batters and even to left-handed batters is outside because he can't finish his pitches since the surgery. That one off the plate away.
Another 0-2 pitch. Ball one. Here's a 1-2 pitch again to Gloss. 2 out as Gloss strikes out.
After 3 fastballs, the changeup gets Gloss. A little different look right there. You could see the changeup again gripped by the ring finger. Whenever that ring finger is involved, the changeup's coming.
Now it's Spezio, who has walked twice and struck out. And a strike on the outside corner. The rally monkey. Been going through some tough days here in San Francisco. As Spezio grounds to first. Snow will take it in a perfect 7th inning from Tim Worrell. Time to stretch in Game 5. The Giants will bat. They lead it by 4.
The new Silverado is here. Now with quadra-steer 4-wheel steering, it's the most maneuverable full-size pickup you can get. Silverado, the truck from Chevy.
In the new Alcatraz, the biggest problem isn't breaking out.
What are you packing? This. You want to play rough? Sorry, I'm not in demand.
It's dealing with the guys who just broke in.
Party, boys!
Why are you doing this?
$200 million worth of U.S. gold break. What's going on? We got a problem.
Half past dead.
That's what I'm talking about.
Rated PG-13. Opens November 15th.
Taco Bell's grilled steak taco tastes so authentic, you may exhibit carne asada bravado.
Carne asada steak tacos, ladies?
Yeah.
It's an old family recipe.
Really? Yeah.
I did. I made it myself.
I thought he was Irish.
He's on a roll.
The grilled steak taco. Tender slices of steak marinated in Mexican spices and grilled to perfection. For a taste that's irresistible. For authentic carne asada steak, think outside the bun.
The New York Post says Cedric is laugh out loud funny. All new Fox Wednesday. Sunday, November 3rd. Get ready for the freakiest Simpsons Halloween special ever.
Ooh, You're actually quite gentle when you want to be.
You're not helping.
Where a mad scientist fuses man with beast.
All you can do is eat and sleep and mate and roll around in your filth. Where do I sign up?
It's technology gone terribly wrong.
How do you like being a walrus, Dad?
I haven't been this skinny since high school.
The all-new Simpsons Treehouse of Horror at 8/7 Central. Followed by the King of the Hill season premiere Sunday, November 3rd on Fox.
The World Series on Fox is brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. Outside the stadium in McCovey Cove is that target provided by Taco Bell. And it's sinking. It's taking on water. Deflated. So the target is made that much smaller. Running out of time, as this is only good, obviously, for the games in San Francisco. Where's DiCaprio? He knows what to do. Emmett Smith going for the record this weekend.
He was our main guy in that one game against Green Bay. We're gonna feature Moose as our dot the I back. And we hammered you up there about 30 times.
Yeah.
You carried it 30 times, though?
Well, see, the reason you are here is because of me, because I did such a poor job as a feature back that they had to go out and get somebody the next year.
After that game, we said, we think Moose is a blocker, not a runner.
So this Sunday, number 22 will be running the pigskin. 93 yards shy of the new all-time rushing record as Dallas takes on Seattle, and the Seahawks have had a tough time stopping the run this season. It'll be J.T. Snow to start it for the Giants here in the bottom of the 7th with Bell, and then Shinjo to follow against Ben Weber, who surrendered the 2-out, 2-run home run by Jeff Kent last inning to make it 8-4. Snow is walked, flied out, struck out. Strike one. JT fouling a ball off his left knee. His last time up, not moving around very well. Ball one.
See those two dark strips on the back of J.T. Snow's shoulder? That's when he swings and misses or swings and fouls one off. And that pine tar off the white uniform.
Up the middle, through Weber and into center field. Leadoff base hit for Snow.
He didn't swing and miss that one. Fastball away. Weber trying to field it, the comebacker. A little late.
Now David Bell. See how the Giants want to play it with Bell, leading by 4 in the bottom of the 7th. Shinjo, the number 9 hitter, on deck, and then back to Lofton. The Anaheim defense is back on the infield. And Bell shatters his bat and fouls it for strike one. That's, I guess, what, 2 nights in a row that jagged piece of baseball bat went sailing down in the direction of Troy Gloss.
Last night, David Eckstein stepping in front of Gloss to field the ball with that bat hit aimed right at Troy. David Bell with a game-winning hit in the 8th inning last night.
Coming into this game, the Giants had only 4 hits from the 7th inning on in this entire series. 2 of them came in last night's 8th inning. The last one off the bat of David Bell. 7th here, and J.T. Snow has started it with a single up the middle. One and two. The Angels in the 8th inning will have Kennedy, Molina, and then a pinch hitter. (8-4) in Game 5 with Game 6 on Saturday night in Anaheim. Russ Ortiz and Kevin Apier, the scheduled starters. 2-2. There's Ortiz, who did not fare well. The Encino native who grew up an Angels fan. In Game 2. And Bell is hit. 2 on with nobody out. Gene Kleins was handed that broken bat, David Bell, and had this to say.
I can certainly understand Troy Glass earlier in the game smelling the barrel of the bat when he fouled one off. But I will have to ask Gene about that one. Smelling the handle. I don't. That was earlier when Troy Glass looks at the barrel of the bat. And Ted Williams used to say the seams of the bat when you foul one off cause friction.
Now the bunt from Shinjo's foul.
We've had 2 guys in uniform smell different bats today. Might be a World Series record.
Shields is getting loose for Anaheim in the Angel bullpen.
Gingell may be bunting even with 2 strikes.
Here's an 0-1 pitch. And the bunt, perfect. The runners advance to second and third. The sacrifice good, 1-4.
A beauty right here. Gingell slipping, coming out of the box. But no harm done. The sacrifice easily executed by Weber.
So now it's second and third, 1 out. The infield comes in as Kenny Lofton steps in. 2 hits in his first 2 trips. He's grounded out his last 2 times up. And that one gets behind Molina. And Bell was almost 3/4 of the way to third base when he figured out that Snow was not coming to the plate.
And it was a very alert play by J.T. Snow because the ball came right back to Molina. Snow is not a fast runner, but Bell anticipating. Ball off the glove. It looked like a cross-up from Weber. And watch David Bell. Naturally, he's going to go to third, but whoa! And nobody's covering anyway. Backpedaling was Kennedy. Too late.
When Bono strikes on Lofton. 1-1. On deck is Aurelia. We got the base hit in front of the 2-out, 2-run home run by Kent back in the 6th. Giving the Giants a little breathing room. They'd like more, and Lofton trying to provide it. 8-4 in the 7th inning. That misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. Snow at third, Bell at second. Giants trying to take Game 5 before the series goes south to Anaheim. The 2-1. Ripped. Deep right field. Salmon back. At the wall. It's off the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Lofton digs for third. He's held there, and it's a 6-run Giants lead. had to pick Darren Baker up, and thankfully got him out of the way with Bell bearing down on home plate. And thank goodness that J.T. Snow was aware and got Darren Baker out of the way. Goodness. Ben Weber knocked out here in the 7th. It's a 10-4 Giants lead here in Game 5.
Listerine Pocket Pack strips have the power to destroy germs. The power to crush germs. And the power to eliminate over 99% of germs on contact. Because when you kill the germs, you get an incredible clean mouth feeling. Cool Mint Listerine Pocket Packs. Kill the germs. Feel the clean.
This fall, everything's turning red with Honda's fall values. Check out this deal on some of our ATVs and dirt bikes. 0 down payment and 0 payments for 3 months and a 7.9% APR for up to 5 years. Just one of the many great deals at your local Honda dealer.
But wait, that's not all. Now you can get any new Honda for just $29 a month. 29 bucks. You'll find this and other great deals at your local Honda dealer. But these offers end soon, so hurry in and get red.
What have you been up to, Mr. Moneybags?
It's okay. I put it on the credit card.
Those interest charges are going to get us.
Don't worry. It's our new Capital One No Hassle card.
The Capital One No Hassle card has the nation's lowest long-term fixed rates, $0 fraud liability, and no telemarketing.
What's in your wallet?
Body pain? Back pain? Introducing new Bear Back and Body. It's Bear Aspirin plus a special pain relief enhancer to relieve sore backs and soothe aching muscles fast. New Bear Back and Body. Get moving again pain-free.
Imagine being trapped in space.
You'll off everything that leaves below deck. Do it now!
With no way to escape.
We're going to run out of air.
Hell no.
Couple of hours, maybe.
Firefly.
First pitch from Scott Shields is in for a strike. And here's a guy who has not appeared since the regular season. There are the numbers. 5-3, good ERA of 2.20. 29 games out of the bullpen for the Angels. Makes his first postseason appearance. Infield is in. It's a 10-4 game. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sean Wooten takes over at first. He'll bat ninth. And the pitcher Shields is in the number 6 spot where Spezio was. That'll get out of play, strike 2. Shields trying to slow down the Giants, who have come up with 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th on a booming triple by Kenny Lofton. A strikeout for the 2nd out of the inning. It is really incredible, Tim, how aware J.T. Snow was when he crossed the plate on this triple by Kenny Lofton to recognize that Darren Baker, who's only 3 years old, was standing almost in the direct line. Look at this shot between David Bell and home plate.
Well, fortunately, J.T. Snow didn't have to run hard home, so he was able to be aware. Dusty, J.T. clapping fist. And Dusty saying, you got to watch. He's only 3 years old. That could have been a very damaging thing that happened around home plate.
Jeff Kent now with a runner at third. Lofton 2 out. Kent trying to get his feel at the plate. He's walked and scored, doubled and scored, and hit an important 2-out, 2-run home run in the 6th inning. Now he bats in the 7th with the Giants, who have never led by more than 6. Up by 6 again, a chance for more. Two balls and a strike. Last inning. Off Ben Weber, front row, and a 4-run lead, which is now 6. With 2 down, 3 balls and a strike. After Kent, it's Bonds. After Bonds, Santiago. Three-1 to Kent. Full count. Foul ball caught somebody down in the end of the dugout. So Kent takes a moment, and they tend to whoever was hit by that bouncing ball into the third base dugout. Appears to be okay. His action will start for the Giants in their bullpen now. That's Scott Air. Runner at third, 2 out, 3-2 pitch is popped up right side. And it's out of play. The Giants won game 1 of this World Series 4-3. They lost game 2 after overcoming at one point a 5-0 deficit to lead 9-7. The final was 11-10. And then the series shifted here to San Francisco, a 10-4 win in game 3 for Anaheim. The Giants pulling out a 4-3 win last night with a run in the 8th and leading 10-4 in the 7th inning, game 5, and Kent gets another one to left. Jeff Kent heating up. 12-4 Giants. Now with 2 out, Bonds takes a ball.
The last time a 2-run home run on a breaking ball, and this time a 2-run home run on a fastball.
Bonds. Shields coming right after him. A ball and a strike. The Giants' top 4 hitters are now 9 out of 17. Shields took something off. Strike 2. About the only thing missing tonight for the Giants is a Bonds home run. Number 4 on the all-time list. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bonds with a pair of doubles tonight. He scored twice, driven in 1 run. Up the middle, under the glove of Eckstein. That's the shortstop on the other side of the bag, and Bonds has been on base 4 times with 3 hits and a walk.
Up until about 4 years ago, the conventional wood used in bats of the major league level was ash. Barry Bonds uses a bat made of maple. It's a denser wood. And has he ever put some dents in it over the last 2 years?
Santiago with a piece of ash in his hands. Comes up empty, strike 1.
I mean, when Barry Bonds gets a ball in the middle of the plate, it is rare that he doesn't put the good part of the bat on the ball. He may pop it up. Made in Canada.
Big rip by Santiago. No balls, 2 strikes. Fourth time a team has scored 10 or more runs in this World Series. It's the second time that's happened in World Series history. That 1960 year that we highlighted last night. The Yankees scored all kinds of runs but lost in Game 7 on the Mazeroski home run. The hand to the Pirates. The 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Even with Tim Worrell in the on-deck circle, next on that lineup card for Mike Scioscia, the Angels are going after Santiago with a 12-4 score. Two and 2. Kent all over the place tonight with a walk, a double, and 2 two-run home runs. Full count, and Bonds will go. Ready like he's taken off in a sprint. The jog will get him to second while Eckstein takes care of Santiago at first. 8 men to the plate in the 7th inning. Kent with his second 2-run home run of the night. We go to the 8th inning of Game 5. All San Francisco tonight now, 12-4.
Gehrig's farewell speech. Selfless. Robinson's rookie year, fearless. Fisk's game winner, timeless. Our pastime, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Devoted fan of Major League Baseball and its most memorable moments.
A shift can change a person, a life, the world, or it can simply change the way you move through it.
Why do I rent from Enterprise? For more cargo room, more people room, or more headroom. Enterprise, So easy, it's like having a second car. Or third.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up. Disney's The Santa Claus, the original holiday classic, is available for the first time ever in a special edition DVD.
This guy was huge.
Plus, in specially marked DVDs and videos, get a free movie ticket to see The Santa Claus 2 coming to theaters. Maximum value $7.
Are leaders born, or do they rise out of adversity? At AIG, we believe the greatest risk is not taking one.
Fox Wednesday
Sorry, Betty, other side.
Let him in. Is driving carpool.
The side's broken, look.
Let him in now. Driving Bernie crazy?
Sorry, I told you it's broke.
Bernie Mac, all new at 8/7 Central, Fox Wednesday.
8th inning, bottom part of the order for Anaheim. That means Kennedy, Molina, and Wooten. This is game 5, and the Giants on their way to a victory. That would put San Francisco 1 win away from the first World Series championship for this franchise since 1954. And it would obviously be the first one for the San Francisco Giants, who moved out here in '58. Lost to the Yankees in '62, lost to the A's in the Earthquake series of '89. 2 balls, no strikes from Morrell to Kennedy. Willie Mays has been asked 100 questions during this World Series. He's been available. Reno on Kennedy.
With the remarkable year that Willie Mays had in '54 and the remarkable career that Willie Mays had, that was his only World Series appearance. 2 dozen.
He's next on the list in front of Barry Bonds, his godson. We talked about, you know, if this Giants team wins the World Series, then Barry's got nothing on him. That's a strike, and it's a full count. We'll go back to that graphic and give you a chance to take another look at it. 4 career World Series appearances for Mays, but the only title in '54. Same for Leo DeRocher. His only title. 587 home runs in the first 17 seasons. That's the mark that Bonds has hit this year. He's at 613.
Willie Mays in the World Series in '51, '54, '62, and then 1973 with the Mets.
Easy for JT Snow. And the leadoff man is gone in the 8th. Barry Bonds in home runs later. Here he is on this Giants team, and at the end of tonight will likely be only 1 win away from a world championship, as this series will move back to Anaheim for game 6 on Saturday night.
The New York Yankees were 1 game away from a World Series championship when they went to Phoenix last year. And then the Diamondbacks blew out the Yankees in game 6. And that remarkable finish in game 7 when Luis Gonzalez won it for the D-backs. Angels are hopeful that the same thing happens to them.
Fastball, fly ball, right center, Shinjo, 2 out. Worrell has retired all 5 Angel hitters he's faced. Game 7 of the 2001 World Series. It just did catch the outfield grass off the bat of Luis Gonzalez, who, by the way, is here watching this World Series. Last year's hero. Luis Gonzalez hurt in the final week of the regular season, hurting his shoulder. Got an operation on the shoulder, says he's feeling a lot better, but unfortunately for the Diamondbacks, their biggest bat, their biggest threat was not in their lineup in their 3-game series sweep at the hands of St. Louis. Wooten, his first at bat of the night. Nothing but strikes from Tim Worrell after running the count 3-0 on Kennedy, who eventually grounded out to first to start this 8th inning.
When the Diamondbacks went back to Phoenix last year, no team could have been more disheartened with the losses that they suffered at the hands of the Yankees in games 4 and 5.
Up the middle off the bat of Wooten, he has a 2-out hit.
The 2-run home run to tie it in the 9th inning by Tino Martinez. And then the next night, the Yankees won that game on a home run by Derek Jeter. That was game 4 at Yankee Stadium. And then in game 5, Scott Brocious with a 2-run home run off the same pitcher, Young-Hum Kim. And Kim came back this year to have a good year. Devastating. And yet the Diamondbacks prevail.
Here's Eckstein. Been on base 3 times and chipped in with an RBI groundout. One of my most favorite shots that we had at the end of the World Series last year was the look of relief on the face of Young-Hum Kim and the way his teammates supported him and gathered around him. I think had a lot to do with him having enough confidence to come back and put together a solid year in the bullpen for Bob Brenly.
I remember a line by William Roden, a columnist for the New York Times. He wrote, "Gloom is a universal language." And it certainly was for Young-Hum Kim, the first Korean to ever appear in a World Series.
2 balls and a strike on Eckstein. It's a 12-4 San Francisco lead, top of the 8th. Game 6 on Saturday night, 7:30. We will hit the air Eastern Time, 4:30 Pacific. Russ Ortiz, Kevin Appier, the scheduled starters. Both pitchers struggled in game 2. That's fouled. Back toward the dugout, and Santiago is just out of room. Ortiz lasted only an inning and 2/3 in game 2. And even with a 5-0 lead, Appier lasted only 2. Pitched into the 3rd, didn't retire man. Allowed 5 runs on 5 hits, while Ortiz, who grew up close to Anaheim, allowed 7 runs on 9 hits. The Angels won that game. The 8th inning home run by Salmon, 11-10. The matchup for Saturday night. Right now, it's a matchup of Tim Worrell and David Eckstein. And a fastball takes care of Eckstein and the Angels in the 8th. Bottom of the 8th inning. The Giants will bat, cruising here in game 5 now, leading by 8.
Gotta tell you, I've had some great deals come my way, but a big and tasty. For just $1, you did your thing, dog. Not that I'm calling you a dog. I mean, you're more like a big purple... I don't know what you are. What you say about my mama?
Huh? Get a delicious Big and Tasty or a McChicken sandwich for just $1 every day at McDonald's.
You got a buck, you're in luck. Grimace. bump with me. What?
I called him and I said, get a movie. You know, something old.
I heard, get a monkey with a cold.
A monkey?
It's not his fault. It's the cellular static. Here, now you can get clear calls and do more, because Sprint built the largest all-digital, all-PCS enhanced nationwide network from the ground up for clarity you could see and hear.
Oh, look at that.
Thanks. What about the monkey?
Plenty of fluids, and he'll be fine.
For $30 a month, get 300 anytime and unlimited night and weekend PCS minutes from Sprint.
What makes bodies in motion remain in motion? What makes what goes up stay up? And what makes what goes down get back up? Whatever it is, it ain't physics.
The World Series on Fox is brought to you by Bank One, inviting you to get the credit card that's right for you. By the people of Allstate, you're in good hands with Allstate. And by GM, the car company in overdrive. We move to the bottom of the 8th inning. A couple of changes. Alex Ochoa takes over in right field for Tim Salmon. And Jose Molina is now behind the plate. In there in place of his brother Benji Molina. Pedro Feliz is off the bench to bat for Tim Worrell, who pitched 2 scoreless innings. Our Sprint Virtual Manager question: can the Angels still win this series? We ask you, and you can vote now using PCS Vision Sprint or log on to foxsports.com. Two balls and a strike on Pedro Feliz. Shields back to work, and it's 2-2. Scott Air, it appears, will come on and work in the ninth. Feliz pops it up. Alex Ochoa just into the game. 1 away. Tim Worrell ends up going 2 innings. No runs, only 1 hit, 2 strikeouts.
He has just been terrific all year long for the Giants. And again tonight, a guy Brian Sabian says was the biggest surprise of his acquisitions over the last 5 years. The job that Worrell has done.
Traded here from Chicago for Bill Miller, a popular third baseman, who actually ended up back with the Giants at the end of the regular season after the roster deadline, but helped San Francisco down the stretch when they finished 95 and 66, 3.5 games up on Los Angeles in the wild card race. Giants' record was 2.5 games short of Arizona. Diamondbacks won the West. Seems like Snow is still a little gimpy on that left knee where he took that foul ball 2 at-bats ago.
After that swing, limping across home plate. Still bothering him. It's the left leg that he hit with that foul ball, and very, very sore.
A 2-2 pitch with 1 out.
Sleep in November.
That is a familiar refrain that we've heard from one clubhouse to the next. Base hit to right by Snow. His second hit tonight. Been on base 3 times. Our game summary brought to you by John Hancock. The Giants put up 6 runs in the first 2 innings. The Angels made it a game in the 5th and 6th, but the Giants went back to work. Jared Washburn lasting only 4 innings. Schmidt only 4 2/3. That was a surprise. Santiago's had a nice night. Nobody's had a bigger evening than Jeff Kent. And what a time for him to get his swing leading into the weekend and Game 6 on Saturday night in Anaheim. And at the bottom, one sunken taco target. There it goes. If you were counting on a free taco at some point this year, your chances are sinking. One on, one out. Good breaking ball. So much movement. It needed a choreographer. Out of the right hand of Shields, who has pitched only once this entire postseason, and after coming in a tight spot, picked up a strikeout of Aurelia last inning, but Kent popped him for a 2-run home run. That's foul. And it's still 1-2.
It has been a chorus line of Giants crossing home plate tonight. I'll tell you that. 12 runs on 14 hits for the Giants. One singular sensation tonight.
Bob Fosse-esque. They don't bother to hold against Snow over at first. He doesn't want to run. Not only is he not going to run, with that leg, he doesn't want to run. That's foul again. Still 1-2. Into the pocket of the left field umpire, Tim Sheeta. And that draws a reaction from the crowd. Somebody over there wanted a souvenir, and they're not going to get it. Another wide sweeping breaking ball, and the count 2-2 as Bell's able to lay off. Mike Scioscia really described Scott Shields to us tonight for the first time. Here he is in the game, kind of a three-quarter style pitcher. Doesn't blow you away with velocity, but has that good breaking ball. Wow. Thank goodness for Shields. He was able to get out of the way of that rocket back up the middle. 2 on, 1 out. That will make you swallow your gum.
Ben Weber with a line drive back through the box that went between his legs, and Shields almost needed one.
Another line drive off the bat of David Bell, who hitting in the number 8 spot. Came into this game 304 in the postseason. He's easy to overlook in this lineup, but boy, has he come up with some important hits for the Giants. 2 tonight. Plus, he's been hit by a pitch and driven in a run with a bases loaded walk. Valuable guy to have hitting 8th. Shinjo is hitting 9th and batting with 2 on, 1 out. And another breaking ball is hit past Gloss at third. Snow is going to come to the plate. The throw by Anderson is not in time. Snow safe, and it's 13-4 San Francisco.
JT Snow is glad to be home. That bad left leg, this ball is under the glove of Gloss, an error on Troy Gloss. I don't know what happened. That ball may have taken a hop to the left, but the throw by Garrett Anderson a little late, and Snow scores. I'm not too sure Molina held onto the ball. JT was going to third, almost as though he were holding up, but he just tags home plate with his hand. Nice slide right there.
Last night, it was written about in the papers today, an awkward slide, expecting contact from Benji Molina when he scored the game's winning run. Crossed the plate and kind of dug his 2 knees into the dirt past home plate, and he is still having trouble with that area, the outside part of his left knee.
And that was
that foul ball.
That was a very dangerous slide last night.
Lofton is hitting line drives all over the place. This is tonight's slide. Athletic slide, diving that left hand onto home plate. Now last night, looking to lower his shoulder, Benji Molina moves away, and then it was 2 knees into the dirt. Loft into the right side. Nice play, Kennedy to his left. 2 out. Think about the replays we've shown you with JT Snow. And then to go back to that play that he made in Anaheim, slipping in foul territory, falling flat on his back, and getting up, making a catch to retire Salmon.
So his lower back is taking a beating. Both knees in last night's slide. And then the foul ball off the left leg above the knee. Sleep in November.
Runners on at second and third, 2 out. Here's Rich Aurelia. Into left field. Did he get enough? Back at the wall. Home run, Aurelia. 3-run shot, 16-4. Giants have tied a World Series record for most home runs in a series, tying the 1956 Yankees with their 12th. 16 runs scoring tonight ties a club World Series record as a strike is poured in to Jeff Kent. The look by Shields, Tim, was a look of astonishment that that ball got out. The way Aurelia hit it, but as you pointed out in this series, the ball carries well to left.
Yeah, carries well to left in the left center. And Shields, that's the look right there. The look of all.
Into left field, Anderson into his right, and Kent is retired to end the 8th. The Giants having fun, and so are their fans. Their last chance to cheer the National League champions. Pounding the Angels in Game 5. Trying to take a 3-2 series advantage, up 16-4.
Well, see you calling again. What could you possibly want? I thought that we could be friends, but now I know it wasn't fun. Yeah, I'm alright. I just the way that I was out. I'm trying to make it in this right, but I'm receiving no. What you say, whoa, what you say, yeah.
Pepsi Blue, a fusion of berries with a splash of cola. Pepsi Blue, it's a blue thing.
You know who you are. You're you. In fact, it says so right there on your Bank One credit card. And not just where your name is, but in how it works, what it offers. Bank One gives you over 1,200 different cards to choose from, so you can get the features that work best for you. Still carrying around someone else's credit card? Maybe it's time you got one of your own.
You still here?
How's she doing?
I don't know how to say this, Mr. Foley. It's going to cost you a fortune to put her through college. Look at it this way. She's premature. You've got a 6-week head start.
Ford Explorer is alone at the top. It has outstanding handling and the roomiest third-row seat in its class, which are just a couple of the reasons it's the best-selling SUV on the planet. Ford Explorer. The leader has no boundaries.
Entertainment Weekly calls 24 an addictive, adrenaline fuel thriller set to explode.
Get out of Los Angeles now.
24, the season premiere, presented without commercial interruption by Ford. 9/8 Central, Fox Tuesday.
Look at all those runs. 16 on 16 hits for the Giants. 4 runs on 10 hits for Anaheim. And we are now into the 9th inning. Shinjo moves to center field. Tom Goodwin is inserted in right. Lofton's out for the rest of the evening. And Scott Air is on the mound. And a strike to Darren Erstad. Unscored upon in 8 games for Scott Air. Air picked up mid-season. And he's filled a role as the late-inning left-handed reliever. We talked about it earlier in the World Series. The Giants suffered a big loss when Jason Christensen went down. An arm injury, had to undergo Tommy John surgery, and Air is trying to step into that spot. And he's done well with it. Erstad tried to hold up. He did. And there's one out here in the 9th inning. Erstad strikes out. Our all-state good hands defensive play of the game is J.T. Snow recognizing that Darren Baker was in the way of David Bell coming to the plate, sweeping him away. And Dusty Baker thankful that J.T. was aware. He says, "Thank you, J.T." Rather scary moment and what was a big moment for the Giants. That was in the 7th. One out, nobody on, no balls, one strike on Alex Ochoa, his first at bat. One and one. The Giants tonight tied for the second most in World Series history with their 16 runs scored. The 12 home runs in the series is a National League World Series record. It ties the overall World Series record of the 56 Yankees. Ochoa goes down to get it, flies it to Goodwin in right, 2 down. The Giants are now 1 out away from taking a 3-2 series lead, going to Anaheim for Game 6 on Saturday night. Except for those of you on the West Coast, stay tuned for your late local news. For those viewers in Los Angeles area interested in continued post-game coverage, turn to your regional Fox Sports Net affiliate. It's the scorer's discretion as to who gets the win in tonight's game, and right now the scorer is saying Chad Zerbe, who went an inning and 2/3. Anderson grounds to Kent. Fitting he would assist on the final out, and the Giants win Game 5, 16-4. Explosion by the Giants. Turn the tables on the Anaheim Angels and pound out 16 runs on 16 hits and lead this World Series 3-2. Giants
scoring 6 times in the first 2 innings. The Angels tried to come back. They scored 4 unanswered runs, but then Jeff Kent and the rest of the Giants exploded again.
Jeff Kent did not want to talk after this game, in which he had a breakout game with a walk a run scored, a double a run scored, a pair of 2-run home runs. They both came, by the way, with 2 out in the inning. It happened in the 6th, it happened in the 7th, but Kent declined. And we'll go down to Steve Lyons, who's with Benito Santiago. Steve.
All right, Joe, thank you very much. Benny, this is the type of game where you know that with both offenses, neither team is out of a ball game at any point.
I know, we never give in, you know. We seem like we start ahead right away, but this guy never give up either. You know, they score some runs in 1 inning, and then after that, they come up with another run. And when they were 6-4, they got me worried a little bit, you know. I got to put the right fingers back there, but the offense doing it like they've been doing it all year long, so they give me a little lift so I can put my signs.
Benny, how important is it to this ball club that you got Kenny Lofton going now, 6 hits in his last 2 ball games?
Well, it's going to be big on us. You know, the guy wasn't struggling the first couple of days, and we don't got anything going on. You know, this guy is very important to get on base. You know, everybody knows what he can do, and he got the World Series experience, so he's using it to us.
Another guy that had been struggling for this ball club, but huge day-to-day. Jeff Kent, 2 home runs. It's another guy that you definitely need to have swinging the bat for you.
Well, let me tell you, you know, that guy, the last 2 at-bat he got, it made me real proud and me real happy because I know the guy is on right now, and that's what we need. We need this guy big time.
All right, Benny, day off and then back down to Anaheim. Congratulations, good job. All right, Joe, let's go back to you guys.
All right, Steve, thank you. A final of 16-4 tonight, and these Giants fans are all hanging here, making noise as they will send their San Francisco Giants down the coast to Anaheim for Game 6 on Saturday night. We'll take a break, come back. One more. The Giants are 1 win away from their first World Championship since 1954. That, Barry Bonds has said, is when he will celebrate.